I request all of you to kindly stand up for the collation.
जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान आलोक अनुपम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान आलोक अनुपम सकल वसुधा निज कुटुंब की भावना संस्कृति सनातन आधुनिक शिक्षा पुरातन ज्ञान भावों का संगम देश की साहित्य भूमिका शतकोटि वंदन निष्ठा कृति सत्यम के मंगल तीव्र भावों का समागम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का आलोक भव्य महाविद्यालयों के परिसरों से चिर सुशोभित श्रेष्ठ गुरुजन कर रहे छात्र और छात्राएं दीक्षा साधना संकल्प संयम प्रबल वैश्विक चेतना नव क्रांति संस्कारों का उद्गम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान आलोक अनुपम विश्वविद्यालय विहंगम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान आलोक अनुपम ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम ज्ञान का आलोक अनुपम
I now request Professor Payal Magu to felicitate Dr. Joy Krishna Jaina with a shawl and a memo. I now request Professor Reena Chakrabarty to felicitate the chief guest, Professor Payal Magu, with a short and a memo. According to Benjamin Bloom, there are three domains of learning, namely cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. In cognitive domain, we learn new facts, gather new information, and thus generate new knowledge. In the affective domain, we learn to receive, value, and characterize knowledge. In the psychomotor domain, we learn to use apparatuses, machines, instruments, software in an efficient manner to pursue our academic and scientific endeavors. In this faculty development program, the stress will be on the psychomotor domain of learning. We will be learning about a number of novel tools and techniques in the next few days. In this faculty development program, we will listen to lectures on different aspects of aquaculture with focus on sustainability by a few selected experts of international repute, starting with Dr. Jenna today. However, the focus of this faculty development program will be on skill development. Consequently, most of the time will be devoted to hands-on sessions where we will learn and practice state-of-the-art techniques in aquaculture in the facilities available in the Department of Zoology. One field visit has also been included in the program. I hope that the weather will be suitable for that. This faculty development program is being organized at and by the Department of Zoology, University of Delhi, in collaboration with Sahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women, University of Delhi, Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, University of Delhi, and Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Teaching, Ministry of Education, Government of India. I now request Professor Reena Chakravarti to deliver the opening address.
Thank you, Pinaki. Is it possible to fix it here? Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Payal Mabu Madam, Principal of Sahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women and Director of School of Open Learning, Dr. J.K. Jena, the youngest DDG Fisheries of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICR, my esteemed colleagues, participants, beloved students, and my dear staff. Good morning. I extend my warm welcome to all of you in this pleasant morning to the first offline faculty development program FDP organized by Department of Zoology, University of Delhi in collaboration with Sahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women and GND SGTV Khalsa College. The FDP has been formulated based on the National Education Policy (NEP) of Government of India. The vision and mission of our Honorable Prime Minister of India is to build a hunger-free, strong nation. University of Delhi has taken a leading role under the stewardship of our very dynamic Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Yogesh Singh Ji. NEP has already been started in our university. Skill enhancement courses (SEC) are significant components of NEP, as that help in fulfilling the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister to create job opportunity and help in the societal development. And who is the architect of this program? None but our very beloved Madam Professor Payal. Already 109 courses are introduced in our syllabus and some more are in the pipeline. But I want to inform you one thing, that she is very critical in the selection of skill enhancement courses. She has received her research training from an eminent professor late KG Bhatt from the Department of Botany. Her areas of interest are mycorrhiza with respect to productivity, bioremediation, and exotic plant infection. With a very strong mycology background, she has been culturing high valued mushroom in her college and giving training to the young girls. She is a very rare combination of science and administration. We have Dr. Joy Krishna Jena, DDG Fisheries of Indian Council of Agricultural Research as our keynote speaker. Prior to becoming DDG, he was the director of ICR National Bureau of Fish Genetic Resources, Lucknow, and principal scientist at SIFA, Bhubaneswar. He has received his research training from an eminent scientist, Dr. S. Arpan, sir at SIFA. He is a fellow of National Academy of Agricultural Sciences and received many awards like Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Award, Professor A.T. C. Sethi Award, and many more. He is really a field worker. He has performed most of his study in the ponds. I know few of his work with periphytons. These are excellent work, and he has published many more papers in reputed journals. I am sure that his lecture will enrich our knowledge in the field of aquaculture. Dr. Jena, with the organizing committee and Department of Zoology, are really thankful to you as you have accepted our invitation. Finally, our dear participants from various colleges of University of Delhi, I really appreciate you as you are able to come out from the comfortable zone of online classes to the offline learning system. Please give a big clap to them. I hope you will enjoy the program and will go with a very clear concept of aquaculture and will train your students for the nation building. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you. So today we have very learned faculty members from the Department of Zoology and various colleges of University of Delhi who have come down here to attend this FDP, and they all now want to listen to Professor Payal Mangu Madam. So it is my duty to request our chief guest, Professor Payal Mangu Madam, to address.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to apologize that because of the traffic jam, I took a lot of time to reach here and I kept you waiting. But still, coming here is definitely a very good experience right from the very beginning when I was received outside by Rukram and others. And I can see that there are so many senior faculties who are present over here. So, to begin with, Professor Reena Chakrabarti, head of the Department of Zoology and coordinator and mentor for this aquaculture program, and Professor Jena, Professor Neeta Sehgal, and other faculties, senior faculties from Zoology Department and participants. It is actually going to be a landmark in skill education that we are starting with the first hands-on program of FDP on skill education. I remember that it was last year when we were framing the syllabi as per a national education policy, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, he gave me the responsibility to start with the skill courses. And I was okay, skill courses, what is the problem? स्किल कोर्सेज तो पहले भी होते थे, जब हमारा दूसरा सिलेबस चला तब भी स्किल कोर्सेज होते थे, and those skill courses are made by departments, and डिपार्टमेंट से वो कॉल कर लेते हैं स्किल कोर्सेज, उसका एक कंपाइलेशन करेंगे एंड सर को दे देंगे. एंड आई डिड दिस. मैं सब डिपार्टमेंट से कहा कि आप अपने अपने स्किल कोर्सेज दे दीजिए, और उसका हमने कुछ कमेटी ने उसको कंपाइल किया कि इस डिपार्टमेंट ने दिया, इस डिपार्टमेंट ने दिया, इस डिपार्टमेंट ने दिया. कंपाइल करके हमने सर के साथ में, सर ने प्रेजेंटेशन दिया। जो भी कोर्स होता था वो उसका पहले प्रेजेंटेशन लेते थे, तो उन्होंने हमसे प्रेजेंटेशन दिया, तुम क्या करके आए हो। उसमें वैल्यू एजुकेशन भी था, स्किल कोर्सेज भी थे, एईसी के कोर्सेज भी थे। और जब मेरी बारी आई और मैंने शुरू किया वो स्किल कोर्सेज में सब डिपार्टमेंट के, तो मुझे अच्छे से डांट खानी पड़ी। सर ने कहा कि स्किल का मतलब तो समझो पहले, द पर्सन शुड बी जॉब रेडी, एम्प्लॉयबल, और अगर इन दोनों चीजों में से भी नहीं है तो कम से कम अपनी कहीं ना कहीं वो कोई छोटी मोटी इंडस्ट्री खोल के कुछ अर्न कर सके। दिस इज व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड। फर्स्ट इज यू हैव टू फिल द गैप बिटवीन academia and industry. He never said that these courses are bad. He said these courses are very good, but it is just an extension of academic knowledge only. लेकिन जो गैप वो फिल करना चाहते थे between the academia and between the industry, academic और industry के बीच में कितना जो गैप है, so that our student when he passes out becomes the industry ready, वो गैप उन कोर्सेज से फिल नहीं हो रहा था। तो मुझे भी थोड़ा अच्छा लगा कि अब कुछ सोचने को मिला है, तो थोड़ा सा सोचना शुरू किया। तो उस दिन एक वो पिक्चर देखी, थ्री इडियट्स, और उसमें कहा था जहां से जो अच्छा मिले वो ले लो। तो फॉर्चुनेटली दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के टीचर्स, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में जो लोग सब एकेडमिक्स में पढ़ा रहे थे, उनके पास कितनी नॉलेज होगी ये मुझे पता चला। मुझे लुकराम का एक मैसेज आया, मैम के साथ मेरा कोई कम्युनिकेशन नहीं था, कोई बहुत ज्यादा किसी मीटिंग्स में मिलते थे, लेकिन लुकराम का मेरे पास मैसेज आया। लुकराम नेवर न्यू मी, आई नेवर न्यू हिम। उसने फिशरीज के ऊपर मैसेज किया कि मैम इस तरह का ना हम थोड़ा सा अपने डिपार्टमेंट में कर रहे हैं। एंड हिज मैसेज वाज सो इंप्रेसिव दैट मैंने उसी समय उसको कॉल किया कि आई वांट टू कम एंड मीट यू। और उसके बाद हम यहाँ पे रीना मैम के पास ज़ूलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट में मिले, इनकी सारी फैसिलिटीज देखी, एंड देन आई थॉट कि यस इट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। मैम ने कोर्स दिया हुआ था एक्वाकल्चर का, वन कोर्स, पर वो कोर्स सिर्फ इस तरह से था कि हाँ भाई एक एक्वाकल्चर का कोर्स देना है। देन आई टोल्ड मैम कि मैम इसको स्प्लिट करो, आप 6 प्रोग्रेसिव कोर्सेज में स्प्लिट करो। हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को 6 कोर्सेज पढ़ने हैं अंडर ग्रेजुएट में स्किल के। अगर हम उसको फर्स्ट कोर्स, देन सेकंड कोर्स, देन थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ प्रोग्रेसिव मैनर में देते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद उसकी स्किल इतनी हो जाएगी 3 साल में कि या तो वो इंडस्ट्री रेडी होगा और या फिर जाकर अपना एंटरप्राइज खोल के उस पे काम कर सकेगा। एक तो ये मेरे पास आया। दूसरा मेरे पास एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग आया बॉटनी डिपार्टमेंट से। अगेन द हेड ऑफ द बॉटनी डिपार्टमेंट, उन्होंने कुछ कोर्सेज दिए थे मेरे को, जैसे हॉर्टिकल्चर का और फोटोग्राफी से रिलेटेड भी कुछ कोर्सेज दिए, फ्लोरिकल्चर से रिलेटेड दिए, मशरूम से रिलेटेड कोर्सेज दिए। मशरूम मेरा अपना भी सब्जेक्ट है। और उसके बाद मैम से बात करते करते मैम ने कहीं ना कहीं कहा, पायल देयर इज अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एरिया दैट इज लैक कल्टीवेशन। तो ज़ूलॉजी और बॉटनी का मिक्स था। और जब मैम ने बोलना शुरू किया उसके ऊपर, सुमन लखनपाल मैम ने, तो इट वाज सच अ प्लेजेंट एक्सपीरियंस कि मैंने आधा घंटा उनको अच्छे से सुना और जो जो चीजें उन्होंने लाभ के बारे में बताई, तो मुझे लगा कि जो हमारे एसटी स्टूडेंट्स उस एरिया से आते हैं, झारखंड, बिहार, इस तरह उड़ीसा, जहाँ पे लाभ होती है, दैट इज एन एटीएम फॉर देम, दैट होल ऑफ द ट्री इज एटीएम फॉर देम। अगर उस लाख को वो तोड़ते हैं और बाजार में जाके बेचते हैं तो इमीडिएटली उनको जितना पैसा चाहिए वो मिल जाता है। इट रेंजेस वेरीज फ्रॉम 500 to 1000, बट दिस इज नॉट ऑल। लाख इज लाइक अ गोल्ड। हमें जो पता था कि लाख तो सिर्फ चूड़ी बनाने के या कहीं स्टैंपिंग करने के काम में आती, बट इट इज लाइक अ गोल्ड। उसके बीच में इट्स अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ 100 केमिकल्स and the uric acid which can be extracted from that is a very costly chemical and a base chemical for industry. Then you can extract wax which can be coating which can be used as a coating on apples, etc. And then there is a natural dye which is non-harmful for skin, so we can use that natural dye for coloring the clothes, etc. So all these things we never knew, and at the same time this land gets exported, processed, and we produce it, and other countries they take the benefit of it. So why not those students can learn this course and go back and study it? And fortunately we were able to draft these courses, pass these courses, and soon we are going to have a FDP on them also. एक छोटी सी बात, 2 मिनट और ले लूँ। छोटी सी बात कह के अपनी बात भी खत्म करूंगी। मुझे याद आ रहा था, मैं आज कुछ सोच के नहीं आए बोलने के लिए, तो जो चीजें एक्सपीरियंसेस थे वो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करती हूँ। APJ अब्दुल कलाम ने एक बुक लिखी, वो उनका एक कंपाइलेशन था इंटरैक्शन विद जो स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स के साथ किया करते थे, तो उसको हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट किया। आप देखेंगे कभी वो बुक भी आपको मिलेगी, तेजस्वी मन ऐसा करके उसका ट्रांसलेशन था। वहां पे उन्होंने इंडिया के बारे में काफी कुछ लिखा कि वी आर डूइंग वेरी वेल और इनोवेटिव भी हैं हम, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, पर हम बहुत जल्दी खुश हो जाते हैं अपनी छोटी छोटी अचीवमेंट से। लाइक सम इयर्स अगो, मे बी 2 decades, हमने सॉफ्टवेयर के फील्ड में बहुत अच्छा किया। अगर आप सिलिकॉन वैली में अमेरिका में जाते थे उस समय, तो आपको हाँ इंडियंस मिलते थे, लेकिन बट वी आर वेरी हैप्पी। बट वेयर एग्जैक्टली वी आर इन हार्डवेयर, ये वो लिखते हैं उसके बीच में। फिर वो लिखते हैं कि हमें डेवलपिंग कंट्री से डेवलप्ड कंट्री बनना है, और अगर हमें डेवलप्ड कंट्री बनना है तो उसका एक ही तरीका है, वो तरीका है कि जब हम अपने एटीट्यूड को बदलेंगे। हमारा एटीट्यूड आज का क्या है कि मैंने बीए कर लिया, अब मुझे एक व्हाइट कॉलर जॉब मिलनी चाहिए। वो व्हाइट कॉलर जॉब ये भी हो सकती है कि मैं पियोन हूँ एक सरकारी संस्था में, मैं एक क्लर्क हूँ सरकारी संस्था में, मैं एक जेएसीटी हूँ, मैं टाइप कर लेता हूँ कुछ चीजें और मैं अपने उसको मदद करता हूँ। तो हम लगातार उस नौकरी को लेने के लिए सब काम करते हैं, लेकिन हम क्या भूल गए? अपने पारंपरिक उद्योग धंधे हम भूल चुके हैं। वो उद्योग धंधे जो हमारे पूरे एनवायरनमेंट को, हमारी इकोलॉजी को, हमारे टाउन्स को, हमारे विलेजेस को सेल्फ सस्टेनिंग बनाते थे। वो उद्योग धंधे जिनके बेसिस पे हमारी इकोनॉमी टिकी हुई थी। हम अगर वापस उन उद्योग धंधों पे जा सकते हैं, उनको टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ उसमें इनोवेशंस ला सकते हैं, तो शायद जिस दिन हमारा ये माइंडसेट चेंज होगा कि मुझे पढ़ लिख कर टाई लगाकर एक व्हाइट कॉलर जॉब के लिए नहीं जाना, बल्कि मैं जो मैंने सीखा है उसको वापस लाकर मुझे इनोवेशंस करनी है। ब्रह्मपुत्र में बहता हुआ पानी जब आप उसमें हाथ डालते हैं तो आपको उसके अंदर करंट महसूस हो सकता है। तो क्या हम उस ब्रह्मपुत्र के पानी से अपनी इंडिजिनस टेक्नोलॉजी से बिजली नहीं पैदा कर सकते? क्या जो हमारे पारंपरिक उद्योग धंधे हैं, जिन्होंने हमें हमेशा सेल्फ सस्टेनिंग बनाया है, उनमें इनोवेशंस डाल के, उसमें स्किल डाल के उनको हम दोबारा से शुरू नहीं कर सकते अगर हमारे देश का नागरिक जिस दिन ये सोच लेगा कि आज मैंने पढ़ाई करी, आज मैंने ये इनोवेशन करी और अब मैं अपना कुर्ता पजामा पहनकर इस इनोवेशन में लगूंगा, इस उद्योग धंधे कर लगूंगा। जिस दिन हमारा ये माइंडसेट चेंज होगा, उस दिन हम निकलकर डेवलपिंग कंट्री की श्रेणी से निकलकर डेवलप्ड कंट्री की श्रेणी में जाकर खड़े हो जाएंगे। ये बात जब मैंने उनकी पढ़ी और साथ में कुछ जहां से जो मिले वो अच्छी चीज मिले उसको लेना चाहिए, और बीसी सर का विजन टू फिल द गैप बिटवीन इंडस्ट्री एंड एकेडमिया एज वेल एज टू गिव सच अ स्किल कि बच्चा जाकर अपने आप कुछ ना कुछ डेवलप कर पाए। और उसके बाद में जो स्किल कोर्सेज हमने डेवलप किए, यस आई एम बिट क्रिटिकल, और उसके बाद मुझे बहुत गाली भी खानी पड़ी डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट से। कुछ डिपार्टमेंट्स के कोर्स नहीं आए, जैसे सबसे ज्यादा मुझे डांट पड़ती है हिंदी डिपार्टमेंट से, उर्दू डिपार्टमेंट से, संस्कृत डिपार्टमेंट से, हिस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट से, सोशियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से कि हमारे स्किल कोर्सेज कहाँ गए। और मैं सिर्फ एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछती हूँ कि मैम वेयर इज द मार्केट? अगर बच्चा ये आपका स्किल कोर्स करता है, वेयर इज द मार्केट? अभी मुझे उर्दू डिपार्टमेंट की हेड से भी खूब डांट पड़ी है। उन्होंने कहा कि हमने उर्दू इन पंच करके दिया था कोर्स और हमने पढ़ाना शुरू कर दिया, आपने पास क्यों नहीं कराया उसको? अब वो नहीं हो पाया पास क्योंकि उसमें जो इंडस्ट्री और एकेडमिक का डिफरेंस था वो कहीं पे फिलअप नहीं हो रहा। तो ये सब चीजें चल रही है, बट इट इज अ नेवर एंडिंग लिस्ट। 109 कोर्सेज अभी हैं उसके अंदर, और उसमें जितने भी कोर्सेज हैं उसमें इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेशन के भी हैं, बिजनेस के कोर्सेज भी हैं, कंप्यूटर साइंस रिलेटेड कोर्सेज भी हैं। इन सब कोर्सेज के साथ में क्या होगा कि ये एक प्रोग्रेसिव मैनर के कोर्सेज हैं। इफ यू स्टार्ट विद अ कंप्यूटर साइंस कोर्स, और जिनको बेसिक कंप्यूटर से लेके आपको एडवांस वेब डिजाइनिंग वगैरह उसमें सब मिलेगा, यू कैन योर स्टूडेंट्स, यू कैन काउंसिल योर स्टूडेंट्स टू डू सच अ कोर्स कि आप 6 जो कोर्सेज 6 सेमेस्टर्स में 3 साल में कोर्सेज करने हैं। ये प्रोग्रेसिव कोर्स करके प्रोग्रेसिव मैनर में आप आइडेंटिफाई करो उस कोर्सेज को जो आपके स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बेहतर हो सकते हैं। एंड फाइनली जब वो 6 कोर्सेज करके यहाँ से निकले तो उसके हाथ में या तो ऐसी स्किल हो कि वो इंडस्ट्री में जाके तुरंत एब्जॉर्ब हो जाए, ही इज अ मास्टर ऑफ कोडिंग, उसको आर आता है, उसको पाइथन आता है, उसको वेब डिजाइनिंग आती है, उसको कोडिंग करनी आती है, या फिर वो जाता है अपने घर में वापस और अपने वहां का जो उसका प्रिविलेज है वो उस तरह का कोई इंडस्ट्री वहां पे सेटअप कर पाता है क्योंकि उसके पास हैंड्स ऑन स्किल है। अब सारी जिम्मेदारी आती है हम टीचर्स के ऊपर। आज जो ये एफडीपी भी किया गया है, मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा छुट्टियों में हुआ, बहुत सारे लोग बाहर भी थे, तो इसको हम पूरी तरह से रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, मूक्स के फॉर्मेट में डालेंगे, टीचर्स को ये अवेलेबल होगा, और जब ये टीचर्स को अवेलेबल होगा तो आप स्टूडेंट्स को भी धीरे धीरे अवेलेबल, अभी तो यूट्यूब पे ये जाएगा, बाद में ये मूक्स फॉर्मेट में लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम पे भी आपको मिलेगा। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का अपना लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम होगा, उसके ऊपर आपको मिलेगा, तो आप अपने स्टूडेंट्स को मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं। द ओनली थिंग इज कि वी कैन थिंक हाई, हमारे जो सीनियर्स हैं वो बहुत अच्छा सोच सकते हैं, बहुत अच्छा विजन दे सकते हैं, लेकिन उसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हमारे हाथ में। जब हम उसको ठीक से इम्प्लीमेंट कर देंगे तो ये कंट्री उन बच्चों से भरी नहीं होगी जो कि गुमराह हैं, जिनको ये समझ में नहीं आता कि वो पढ़ने के लिए जा रहे हैं तो क्या करने के लिए जा रहे हैं। पढ़ के जब निकलेंगे तो वो एक अच्छे सभ्य सिटीजन बन के निकले, ये जिम्मेदारी कहीं ना कहीं हमारी है। तो इसलिए हमारे पास जो भी चीज आती है, अगर हम बहुत सीरियसली खुद भी उसको लर्न करते हैं, हमें लगता है कि हमारे लिए वो नई चीज है, लेकिन नई चीज इतनी एक्साइटिंग भी हो सकती है कि जब आप खुद उसको लर्न करके और अपने स्टूडेंट्स तक पहुंचते हैं और उन स्टूडेंट्स को एक अलग तरह की दिशा देते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि हम पक्का उस कुम्हार की तरह काम करेंगे जो एक मिट्टी का घड़ा बनाता है और उसके पूरी खूबसूरती के साथ उसको निखारता है। तो वो मिट्टी के घड़े हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, अगर हमने पूरी खूबसूरती के साथ उनको निखार दिया तो ये बात पक्की है कि जो हमारा देश है वो एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम के शब्दों में डेवलपिंग कंट्री से निकल के तुरंत डेवलप्ड नेशन की श्रेणी में खड़ा हो जाएगा। तो मुझे थोड़ी सी यही बात कहनी थी, मैं बहुत सोच के नहीं आई थी, अगर मैंने कुछ गलत कहा हो तो प्लीज मुझे क्षमा करिए। और ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे पास ही पूरा विजन था, हमारे सीनियर्स ने जितना भी डिस्कशन किया या हमारी कमेटी में जितना डिस्कशन हुआ वो सारा विजन मिलके यहाँ आया है, बट दिस इज नॉट अ फुल स्टॉप, दिस इज एन इवॉल्विंग प्रोसेस। आपके पास से जो भी आएगा हम उसको आगे लेके आएंगे। मुझे पता नहीं अशोक जी यहाँ पर है कि नहीं है, अच्छा अशोक जी है यहाँ पे। मैं तो मशरूम ग्रो करती हूँ, लेकिन हमें पता चला कि पर्ल ग्रो करते हैं कुछ लोग घर पे, तो अशोक जी का नंबर हमें मिला, पीछे है हमारे साथ में, और उन्होंने छोटे से घर में रहते हैं लेकिन उन्होंने अपनी छत के ऊपर एक पूरा सिस्टम बनाया हुआ है जिसमें, और मुझे लगता है कि शायद साइंस या ज़ूलॉजी या बॉटनी इस तरह की बैकग्राउंड के भी नहीं है आप, और वहां पर उन्होंने हमें दिखाया पूरा कि किस तरह से वो पर्ल्स को ग्रो करते हैं। तो ये भी टेक्नोलॉजी कहीं ना कहीं हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को मिलेगी, पॉपुलर होगी। और पर्ल्स बहुत खूबसूरत थे, उनके डिजाइनर पर्ल्स थे, और वो डिजाइनर पर्ल्स मार्केट में बहुत महंगे बिकते हैं। आप उसके ऊपर कोई फिगर बनवा सकते हैं, मतलब वो फिगर नेचुरली बनकर आएगी उस पर्ल में से। उसके ऊपर कुछ आप लिखवा सकते हैं, कोई शेप बना सकते हैं, और वही मॉलस्क में से वो वाली फिगर बन के पर्ल के रूप में बाहर आएगी। So this is an innovation. So all these kinds of innovations we would like to introduce into our skill system, but ultimately responsibility is of the teachers. So thank you so much. I hope I haven't said anything wrong. Thank you.
That was a great speech. Ma'am, you have covered a lot of things from mushroom, pearls, lag, software, web designing, values, skills, and entrepreneurship. Thank you, ma'am. Now we will watch a video message from Professor Bimal Raj, Joint Director, Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa.
स्टैंड बाय में चला गया, स्टैंड बाय में चला गया।
Namaste and greetings to all. I welcome each one of you in this 1 week National Faculty Development Program in offline mode on skill development for sustainable aquaculture being conducted by University of Delhi, it is Department of Zoology, in collaboration with Shahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women and Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center of Ministry of Education under the Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Scheme. My gratitude goes to the entire core team of University of Delhi, right from Professor Yogesh Singh sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Delhi, Professor Payal Mago, Chairperson, Skill Enhancement Courses Committee, DU, Director, SOL, DU, and Principal of Shahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women, Professor Reena Chakrabarti, Head Department of Zoology, Delhi University, the core team of GAD-TLC, consisting of Professor A.K. Bakshi sir, Chairman GAD-TLC, Professor Jaswinder Singh, Director GAD-TLC and Principal SCTP Khalsa College. I welcome on behalf of him as well. And I am Bimal Raj, representing GAD-TLC as its project head. I also welcome the members of the organizing committee in this inaugural ceremony, and I am thankful to each one of them because in this 1 week program, there are so many preparations which have to be done beforehand and after, and obviously during the course. Which constitute Dr. Lukaram, Dr. Rinjoy, Dr. Ravi Kumar, Dr. Pinaki Chakrabarti, Professor Prabhat Mittal, Professor J.T. Sharma, Dr. Satish, Dr. Nawaz Alam, and especially coordinators on behalf of Shahid Rajguru College of Applied Science for Women, Dr. Rekha Mehrotra and Dr. Daya Bhardwaj. I extend warm welcome to each one of you who have joined as participants. And this particular 1 week National Faculty Development Program on skill development for sustainable aquaculture will be preparing you in the skills which will be required for implementing the skill enhancement courses of Delhi University, and the 3 courses which will be covered in this FDP are formulation of fish feed, ornamental fish culture, aquaculture, entrepreneurship. I am sure this course is going to be really useful for all of you. And not only in terms of learning the skills, I'm sure with the offline course you will be also enjoying the hospitality of zoology department and as well as doing a good networking with the resource persons and amongst you. At this moment, I am thankful to all the resource persons who will be delivering their sessions either in some online mode or majority of them in the offline mode. And to each and every one in the Department of Zoology and our coordinating all institutions, right from the support staff, I'm thankful to each one of them. And one request to all dear colleagues who have joined this department that please be regular in your attendance, assignment, quizzes and projects. In this 1 week of offline FDP, you can only take 2 sessions maximum off. For that, you have to take prior permission to the GADTLC, to the mail, and you have to complete all the assignment pages and projects. Failing even a single one, we will not be able to give you certificate for the CAS requirement. But yes, the certificate of participations will be given to those who are not able to complete those, but that certificate cannot be used for the promotional requirement. And the decision of GADTLC will be final in this regard. So with these words, I once again welcome each one of you and thankful to my collaborating institution, especially my thanks to Professor Payal Babu ma'am, Professor Neena Chakrabarti ma'am, and their entire team, and to design this unique course which will be very beneficial for our University of Learning teachers and students community. So I wish each one of you a happy learning and keep smiling. Thank you everyone. Welcome everyone on behalf of Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, a center of Ministry of Education, Government of India under the prestigious Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Scheme. Situated at my own prestigious institution, Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, a constituent college of University of Delhi, I welcome you on behalf of the governing body of SCDB Khalsa College and also on behalf of University of Delhi. This scheme has been centrally named in the honor of Bharat Ratna Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya ji, and at our college, the center has been named to take the blessings of Guru Angad Dev ji, the second of the 10 Sikh Gurus. I also welcome each one of you on behalf of the core team at the rate of GADTSC. Padmabhushan Trilochan Singh sir, Chairman, Governing Body, SCDP Khalsa College. We have our mentor, Professor Ved Prakash sir, former Chairman, UGC, and Chairman of GADTLC, Professor K.P. Bakshi, former Vice Chancellor, PDM University, and former Vice Chancellor, URT. We also have esteemed guidance from Professor K.P. Bhanumurthy sir, Vice Chairman GADTLC, and former Dean Faculty of Commerce and Business, Delhi School of Economics, and Professor M.T. Chadda, former Professor, Department of Psychology, University of Delhi. And I especially welcome on behalf of Professor Jaswinder Singh, who is Director GADTLC and Principal SCDP Khalsa College. And I am Member Project Head and Joint Director of GADTLC, a professor in Department of Chemistry, SCDP Khalsa College. I welcome each one of you. Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center has state-of-art training facilities in training the teachers to make them tech-savvy. Not only just tech-savvy, but how the newer pedagogies can be integrated with technology and with their subject-specific requirement. That is what we have been constantly working and evolving upon.
The center was inaugurated on 1st July 2016 by the then Honorable HRD Minister Smriti Jubi Irani ji. Let's hear few words from her of the inaugural of this prestigious center. आज विशेष रूप से बधाई देती हूँ प्रोफेसर बख्शी को जिन्होंने बहुत मेहनत करके सेंटर को जीवित रूप में आपके सामने प्रस्तुत किया। ये टीचर की लगन उसके उत्साह का उदाहरण है। भारत सरकार ने दिसंबर 2014 को माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के हाथों पंडित मदन मोहन मालवीय नेशनल मिशन को राष्ट्र के सामने प्रस्तुत किया, लेकिन उसमें हमने एक शर्त रखी कि जो भी प्रोजेक्ट से जुड़े वो स्वयं एक अनोखा टीचिंग लर्निंग का प्रस्ताव लेकर आए और उस प्रस्ताव में जो अनोखा हो अथवा वो प्रस्ताव अगर शिक्षकों के माध्यम से आए तो विशेष रूप से हमारा सहयोग ऐसे प्रोत्साहित शिक्षकों को जो दूरगामी परिणाम देख सकते हैं ऐसे शिक्षकों को समर्थन करने का हमारा प्रयास है। My teachers and my heart is so grateful. So I'm thankful to the entire Ministry of Education, right from the ministers and officials since then. The objective of this GAT TLC, what we proposed, was to empower our fellow colleagues through various workshops, training programs, faculty development programs, faculty induction programs. Now they have taken proper shape in different formats. But also along with that, preparing them for developing open education resources, which have taken the shape of teachers' kit and development of e-learning objects which they can use in their classroom teaching learning methodologies. So the idea is how the teachers can be developed in ICT skills along with the newer pedagogies and for their different subject-specific requirements. And these are the various programs now which we are conducting in both face-to-face or online mode. Seminars, webinars, workshops which range from 1 to 3 days, conferences 1 to 3 days, faculty development program of both 1 week or 2 weeks duration. Their proper completion with grades for their promotion requirement under the CAS of UGC are met. Leadership development program for administrator and for senior teachers. Faculty induction program, which is a 1-month entry-level program for the newly inducted teachers, and this is now mandatory for the first level promotion of all the newly inducted faculties. Development of teachers kit, which is a rigorous program starting from FDP. Around 6 months teachers take and a group of teachers are contributing, and I'm happy to share more than 2,000 teachers are working in this area. The faculty induction program has been not only being executed by us, but has also been co-designed by us, and I'm thankful to Ministry of Education for putting my institution name on this document. There you can see there are 12 modules, out of which around more than 8 modules have been designed by us. And since then we have been conducting various face-to-face programs from 2016 to 2020. Before the corona phase, there were no online programs in terms of the FDPs and all. But then since 1st April 2020, due to the corona pandemic, we have shifted more towards the online events and conducted various events and are also developing these teachers' kit with the help of so many teachers across the country. But prior to this particular sector, TLC, our team has worked together in the Center for E-Learning, which was again established as a unique center by the group of PIs and co-PIs under Key PG Pathshala project. And rather than outsourcing the content production to the vendors, we took the initiative where we had our own studio and own technical team and guided them to prepare e-content in these 6 subjects: chemistry, commerce, economics, psychology, forensic science, and business economics. And all this content is available as 89 courses, each course having 35 to 40 modules in 4 quadrant format. And this is available on centralatrack.ac.in. I request all of you use these resources in your classroom teaching. Out of these, 42 MOOCs were developed and uploaded on the SWAYAM portal as the largest contribution. Out of total 63 PG level MOOCs developed under the aegis of UGC in the first phase, 42 is our 16th contribution. We also have a center which is Nature Resource Center of Chemistry. This is again under the aegis of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission of Teachers and Teaching Scheme. And under this, the ARPIT program, which was this is the abbreviation, Annual Refresher Program and Teaching. This was done through online and as MOOC format on the SWAYAM platform. And since 2018, we have conducted 3 ARPIT programs. And again, I am happy to share the statistics that out of the 42 subjects across the country, the chemistry course which was offered by us had maximum number of enrollments, and the quality of the content was appreciated by Ministry and AICTE. As a matter of fact, our team has expertise in development of e-content, MOOCs, and online courses. And you can see the contribution at the digital level, not only from last 10 years, but more than 25 years, our team has been into e-learning and the entire e-content development expertise. So with that ground level expertise, we thought that teachers have to be prepared under the requirement of e-content, the entire methodology and all. We have also helped various universities and institutions to develop their courses as MOOCs or other e-content. Like for cancer awareness course is there available on SWAYAM portal, and this has been developed in English, Hindi and Punjabi medium for Indian Cancer Society. We have also developed course for Biohorn and Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Also developed training videos for Delhi Police Training School. Also ARPIT program for Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, National Resource Center, Mizoram University, NRC, Jammu University, ARPIT for NRC, ISR Bhopal, and also more than 3 courses, 3.5 courses of ARPIT for Jawaharlal Nehru University. So we offer, if any of you as institution or as individual, they require our technical expertise and help, we will be ready to offer that. And in May 2022, crossing 70,000 mark for teachers training, the team of GATT agency was felicitated again by Smriti and Iranaji. So I welcome each one of you for participating in the events which are conducted by GATTLC, and I will request you can share this telegram group to all of your colleagues, and also you should be enrolling so that you get the information whenever any event is rolled out. And yes, we also do the collaborative event, so you also can approach us for conducting the collaborating event, and you can send your proposal on this particular event ID. Thank you, everyone.
I now request Dr. Joy Krishna Jaina to deliver the keynote address.
Just इसको हटाना हटाना है
अभी एक लिंक है which is making this whole program live on YouTube. That link is with Gurukram and Professor Reena also. That link will be given to you. You can distribute that link to your students also and to anyone you would like. And we have a complete team there. जरा अपना एक बार इंट्रोडक्शन करा दो जो ये सारा प्रोग्राम लाइव करेंगे, और लाइव करने के साथ साथ जो भी हैंड्स ऑन का रिकॉर्डिंग होगा वो पूरा ठीक से करेंगे. इंट्रोड्यूस करा दो विक्रांत विक्रम एंड आइजैक पीटर. ओके, Okay. Thank you so much. No, 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 not at all. Yes, thank you. Yes. No, you give me. जरूरी नहीं वही रहती कुछ जरूरी थैंक यू Good morning, everyone. Chief guest of today morning, Madam Bahal, Dr. Veena Chakrabarti, head of the division Zoology at the University, esteemed senior faculty members, dear participants, student friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great honor and pleasure for me to be here this morning when Dr. Reena Madam called me that we need to give a lecture. I could not deny because our relationship is almost 30 years old. When we met at Bhubaneswar about 30 years, if I remember correctly, it was in 1993. Again, let me tell you, friends, I feel nervous because I am going to speak before the speakers all the time. All the time you stand, speak before students, not only students of junior level, you teach to the students of very senior level, MSc, PhD level and all. So I am going to speak to you, those who are teachers, and that too who speak all the time on zoology, maybe applied zoology, where this aquaculture and fishery comes. Maybe many of you, from the introduction, I came to know that many of you are from environmental science, botany, chemistry, and so on and so forth. But my lecture would be mainly on aquaculture and fisheries. I thought maybe 5-10 minutes I will speak about the general fisheries where we stand at this point of time. Then I will take forward. Just before speaking, I asked Madam how much time I need to speak. She told 1 hour, 1.5 hours, whatever you would like. But duration of my lecture would depend on you. How much time you are likely you are ready to give me. Because it is very difficult for sitting for long hours. I know because usually the class time is 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, and that too already 1 hour already you are sitting. It's so difficult. I know. Thank you very much again. Friends, I want to go here and there. I will directly come to fisheries subject. Let me introduce first. I am J.K. Jena, working in Indian Council of Agricultural Research, and then the headquarters for about 7 years. As Madam told, I had the opportunity to work at CIFA, Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture at Bhubaneswar. So this is a small history of my working, and I am blessed and fortunate to be guided by about 600 scientists under 8 institutes. Daily basis I am guided by this scientist. Friends, when we look at maybe going back about 70, 75 years back, when we got the independence, we were producing about 7.5 lakh ton of fish, 7.5 less than a million ton of fish. Today we are talking we are the second largest producer of fish after China, second largest aquaculture producer, one of the major exporter. What has driven this? Several things. When in 47 or 50, maybe everything started beginning at 50, we take the best year. That time everybody was depending on capturing fish, so hunting and gathering was the only thing
like primitive people. Then we started developing gears, craft, and so on and so forth. That time, whatever production was there, it was from the capture fisheries, from rivers, reservoirs were few, rivers mainly, rivers for drainage fisheries and open sea. When we say open sea, it is definitely not beyond maybe 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer, that where fishing was done those days. Those days when we started doing research, we had only two institutes, CIFRI, Central Inland Fishery Research Institute at Parakpur, Kolkata, another Central Marine Fishery Research Institute at Kochi. They started working on open water fisheries. So our research started with studying biology, growth, length and weight relationship. That is the science we started doing. Of late, whatever why I am giving a history is, whatever the development has been done, which was guided by research, whatever small research we did. Later on we said that we started breeding, that breeding depended on the biology. We started understanding about the fecundity, we started about the breeding season and all, maturity status and all, that which you teach all the time in zoology. So all those development happened initial years with the very base information. And that time the country has also target, because you know that less than 50 crore people we are not able to feed. Everybody used to say ship to mouth and all those you know better than me. So only objective before us was increasing production and increasing Indian production. That was the only target. And this 70 years or 75 years, we could increase our production when we talk of fisheries about more than 21-fold unparalleled. Probably very few sector can say or push such high growth in production like fisheries and aquaculture. But today also again we depend on two major areas, same hunting and gathering which were there, but much more advanced. Still about 6 million ton comes from capture, another 10 million comes from aquaculture, which was zero that time when we got independence. As I told in the beginning, we had got only objective or mandate or whatever the target that increasing production. But today, if you see the objective before us are manifold. Today, same target of increasing production remains relevant. We have set a target of somewhere around 34 million ton from 16 million ton at this point of time. And by 2047, that is the Honorable Prime Minister has given target to all of us. When India is going to become a developed nation, 34 million ton is not a joke. We are only 16 million ton. You are all teachers, you know that in your class, maybe 80% of the students are securing 90 marks. Maybe another 5%, maybe 95. Getting 98% mark is very difficult. Only few get 98. So we have reached that level of 90% mark level, which was easy for us. So most of our production system in aquaculture was input-based farming. We have given input feed, as Madam will be teaching more on this. We have bred species, farming practices, water quality management, disease management, all these things input-based management we did. But now increasing the production, not that it is difficult, I don't say, but future production will be science-driven agriculture, science-driven farming. How do we harness the potential of the fisheries or growth from the inherent capability of the fish to grow? If fish, you must have seen in the river, same cutler roe you get at 20 kilo, 25 kilo. But in the farm we get only 2 kilo, 3 kilo. But this 2 kilo comes in 1 year, that 30 kilo comes in 30 years or 40 years. But can we harvest 5 kilo size in 2 years? Is it possible? Otherwise your land is not going to increase. You know there is all the time competition for the resources, land resources. We know the issues how our land is getting saline in maybe Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and all, where difficult for land is again an issue. Water is becoming precious so much. Again, when we think about aquaculture also, sometimes it is difficult to think whether water will be available for us for farming. When you do want to go for fish farming, water is the primary requirement. Whether water will be at all available for farming, we do not know. So, what will be our area of research? How we will ensure increasing production? Whatever means or new technology. Those are few things we will be trying to speak. Maybe the slide and all something is there. Maybe I have brought a maybe printout of this. You can give to everybody. And so there will be there should not be any issue. But as I told, the target is manifold before us at this point of time. Besides production and productivity, we want to today, when you want, I do not know whether you go to market, how many of you are fish eaters? I consider only maybe not more than 50% when I come to North India. When I go to South, 100% it will be hand will be raised. But in the North India, what I see, 50% will raise hand, 50% will raise half hand. Why half hand is they don't eat at home, they eat at outside. No, I happen to work in Lucknow, let me tell you, maybe we wanted to have a seminar, about 300 people, then I asked how much fish we should, how many people fish we should prepare. They said, no sir, here not more than 50% eat fish. Still for the safer side, we consider maybe 70-80% people will eat fish, so we cook more. Maybe towards the end we saw only fish head is remaining, all pieces is over. Then we started analyzing how it happened. Then we came to know that many who don't get opportunity to at home started eating more at the outside. No, this is fact. Many, all of us know. At home, we don't bring fish because again, who will bring, who will catch, all this tedious process. So many, that is the difficulty at this point of time also. Even in Delhi, I am a fish eater. If I like to have fish, I need to go to Gazipur market, which is 35 kilometers. Why Gazipur market? Because those who are real fish eaters, they don't like to eat same fish daily, same rohu or katla, they don't like to eat. For example, when you go to hotel, you ask menu, you will find chicken curry, chicken roast, chicken 65, 64, 20 items, isn't it? Similarly, mutton 20 items, fish maybe one or maximum two will be there, fish fry or fish curry. When chicken is one species, mutton is one species, fish is 3,000 species available in India. I am sure you are teaching today our total vertebrates, how much vertebrates, about 60,000, 55,000 vertebrates available in the earth. Out of that, 30,000 are fishes. That is what we have learned. But how much knowledge we have? Very less knowledge. Every fish we consider as a fish, one fish only. So this is the problem. As I was telling, the target before us not only production and productivity, quality and safety. Today date, quality and safety are more relevant than we just want in the production. All of us know the issues of cancer issues and all of you know better than me. Quality, safety. Besides that, we want to increase our export. We want to produce high value fish. Because we say that people are able to afford, so we should go. We need to see that our farmers get more profit. Our farmers get more profit from the same pond. That means we need to produce high value species. But at the same time, we want that our people who are very poor, 50% of the people, they should get fish at cheaper price. Isn't it? All the time we were taught fish is a maybe cheap source of protein. that is not relevant today. Probably fish is the most expensive item today. Any fish today, not less than 250 rupees to 2500 rupees. For example, those who are from eastern side, West Bengal and all, or Tripura, Assam and all, you know, most of the fishes you get, which people prefer are not less than 500 rupees. That case. So the target before us, we need to produce good quantity of fish which people can afford. At the same time, we should produce high value species for niche group of people. We need to see that environment we don't pollute. At the same time, we say the sustainability, which is the major theme. So we are in a paradox situation where to go, what to do is a real difficult task before us. At the same time, one hand we say that we need to create enterprise, we need to see that aquaculture become industry. Other hand we say that okay, we need to be inclusive. If we have a reservoir, we have a river, and the banks, those people residing around should get their livelihood. So it is difficult task ahead in the coming years also. So coming to, maybe I will come to my subject. When we talk of again fish, is it important for us to eat fish? Those who are not fish eaters, they will say it is not that good. It is smelly. But those who are fish eaters, they say it is maybe wonderful. That is what we say all the time. It is a wonderful, definitely. Then when we people started knowing fish is a eating commodity. When we go back to history, we know that pyramids of Egypt and all culture has been there. So we say at least 5,000 years back people were eating fish. We when we read our epic like Mahabharata and all, Matsya and all, you know. So maybe Mahabharata was fought about 8,000 years back or 10,000 years back. That means 10,000 years back also people knew about the fish, that it is an important commodity. Probably those days there was option was there also less, people had to depend. But a recent paper, not recent, maybe about 6, 7 years back, one paper published in the PNAS, a study was in the Tibetan areas. They got some skeleton of a human being, which was buried inside that ice. When they started analyzing that skeleton of they found it is a human being, and they found the age of that person of a skeleton was about 40 years, and it was a 40 years young woman, a man. But what the study, isotopic study, what they did, they found that young man skeleton was about 40,000 years back, and at that age he had consumed a lot of freshwater fish. That means 40,000 years back also people knew or people had to depend on fish as an important food commodity. Now the concern before us is whether 40,000 years ahead fish will be available for us to eat. We do not know. With the issues of climate change, all of everybody, we are now making a projection of temperature increase. Maximum is 2,100 years. Isn't it? That is the projection we make. 3 degree to 4 degree temperature increase by 2,100. We are not able to project what is going to happen another 1,000 years or 2,000 years or 5,000 years ahead. So we do not know if at all civilization will be available. We should be optimistic. Civilization will be available. There will be, when there is a necessity, there will be new invention will come, new things will come. We will get adapted to new climate. That is what let us hope. So coming to my presentation, can anybody help me? Yeah, go back. Here, huh? No, where to? It is 2360 degrees? Okay. That is what I told in the beginning. We were considering fish as important source of protein. That is what we all the time hear. We don't say today fish is a not only important source of protein, but health food. That is what we say. And today date, thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much. Yeah. Finally, today date, all of us know that we have been working on by meeting the UN target of 17 goals before us, sustainability development goals. If you see, we talk of nutritional security. All of you know the goal number 1, 2, 3. No poverty, no hunger, well-being. All those things we do talk of. So considering that, we consider fish is an important source of not only protein but also all of you know. Madam, I will give I have got my presentation. Some of you can make a printout, maybe 20-30 copy and distribute to everyone. Or you can go to YouTube, put my name JK Jana, you will find many lectures will be available also. So when we talk of fish, how important for fighting the hunger and malnutrition, malnutrition, all of us, you need to know. Today, more than maybe 3.3 billion of people depend on fish for their protein security. For at least 20% of their protein they are meeting through fish. Another 1 billion people, at least 50% of their protein they are meeting. And if you talk of livelihood, about 6 crore of people, 60 million of people depending on primarily on fisheries. Primarily. There are maybe secondarily, or when you talk of secondary activities, there will be many. For example, when I talk of fish, after fish harvest, people will be depending on the industry, depending on the marketing and so many channels. All of you know very well. So, coming to globally where we stand, as I told, we contribute about 7 to 8% of the global fish production at this point of time. Most importantly, if you see this graph, you will find it is by 1990. Till 1990, our production, global production, was dependent on mainly on the capture production. And thereafter, if you see last 30 years, the production from capture has been almost stagnant, somewhere hovering between 90 million ton to 95 million ton. No case, whatever we do, probably increasing the production from the capture will be difficult henceforth. So total dependence of fish would depend on the farming, aquaculture, whether it is land-based farming or going to the sea. That is one the major target before us. We have been talking of deep sea and all that. I will be speaking on a later date if time permits. Maybe I will go only superficially. So in future, everyone would depend on the marine area. For example, India today is nowhere in the seaweed farming. Globally, about 36 million ton of seaweed is produced, and India is starting now. So in the coming years, probably everybody is looking at sea for the increasing production. And if you look at, again, the target in just near target on the 10 years by 2030, the target is we need to globally at least 26 million ton of fish, increase in fish production will be there. And you will see that figure, out of that 26 million ton, 27 million ton has to come from aquaculture. That means capture fisheries production will go down by another 1 million ton. So how important aquaculture is, you can understand at this point of time. This is whatever I spoke, maybe it is similar thing what I tried to give. And we today, besides meeting the domestic production, we export. Our export has been in the order of about 7 to 7.5 5 billion US dollar, about 57,000 crores we get foreign exchange by only fisheries product. And it is only a single commodity, the shrimp, the marine shrimp, which we do freshwater farming today, which contributes about 35,000 crores. When we talk about export of everybody talks about basmati rice, everybody talks about maybe several things, but very few people knows that this is one sector which contributes so much of export because many are not aware about this sector. That is where some maybe dissemination of knowledge is so important at this point of time. When you look at this sector, I was giving example. Last 7 years, the GDP growth rate, annual growth rate, has been in the order of about 10 to 11%. No other sector can boost. You know that today we talk of so much of agriculture. Many of you may be there working on that agriculture. Today, what is the agriculture annual growth rate? 1.5%, 2%, maximum 3%. Maybe only in dairy sector you will get about 6 to 7% growth. But here is a sector which gives consistent growth rate, at least 6 to 7% growth rate last 40 years. So this is the scenario. Okay, this is what I don't want to give more time on this. Coming to India again, as you see this green portion, these are the portion where the production is concentrated. Today, when Madam was talking, she was there in Andhra Pradesh for more than 10 years, so you know better. Only two districts, West Godavari and Krishna. West Godavari and Krishna, we say that the catchment of that Koleru Lake, Koleru Lake area, you have more than 250,000 acres. 250,000 acres of fish farming in one area itself. And usually when we talk of pond, we assume, if we are from village, we assume if it is half acre, 1 acre, 2 acre maximum, or a village pond means maybe maximum 2 3 acres we assume. And Andhra Pradesh, if you see West Godavari and Krishna, some of the ponds are as big as 200 to 300 acres, just like reservoirs, So this is the status of farming which has gone from the homestead, we used to say homestead farming in West Bengal or Odisha, to such industrial level we have been able to reach. And but we have far more to go as when you look at the target. This is nothing, just I wanted to show where we are. When you talk of again marine side, more than 8,000 kilometers of coastline. But if you look at our capture production, it is up to only 50 meter depth. Up to 50 meter depth, usually it is about 10 to 15 kilometers, maximum 20 kilometers from the shore. You get about 50 meters. So our capacity of catching fish is mainly up to 50 meters. So most of our production, whatever we do produce, is in the coastal water. Of course, the density of fish is much higher in this coastal region because productivity is more, because water is less. They are up to 50 meters. Most of the pelagic fishes, what you call, you must have heard, mackerel, sardine, crumpets and all you get in this coastal region. But when you go deeper water, oceanic region, you get the deeper like tuna, fishes and all you get in the deeper waters. We have not been able to harness the potential what we have in the deeper waters. That is the issue. For example, the microfisheries, fisheries, lantern fish, you must have heard lantern fish. Some of the squids, they are available at the depth of about 200 meter to 2000 meter depth. 200 meter to 2000 meter depth. We know those are important fisheries, but we are not able to harvest. So our future target is how do we harness those? Besides this, for example, Atlantic krill, you know the importance of Atlantic krill today, but you cannot harvest Atlantic krill and it bring to land and then process. It will be too expensive. So there are krill fisheries. Few vessels are there globally, maybe not more than 10, 12 vessels at this point of time. By Norway, Japan, and China, few vessels. They are factory vessels. They harvest krill there, they process there, they extract oil, krill oil, and bring oil only. So we do not have such not only investment was big. Second is skill of doing that. But we have a quota because everybody cannot go and harvest whatever they like. We have a quota of krill every year. We can harvest about 70 to 80,000 tons of krill, but we are not able to do. For example, our EEZ, exclusive economic zone, where the country has sovereign rights to harvest fish, is 200 nautical miles. But we are going, as you know, only 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers, 100 kilometers. So the deep sea fishing, which we are not able to do at this point of time. As I told, I was telling more than commercial fishes, about 1,200 commercial fishes we have in our waters, which we eat most of them. Of course, smaller one goes for fish meal and so on and so forth. Anyway, and all the time south coast are more productive than the northern side. Again, the southwest is more productive than east, and so on and so forth. I was talking about this. I will not go because time is not there. Yeah. Coming to, I do not know why it is breaking because of the probably the computer's new change of, I do not know, it has broken here and there. Just everybody knows what is the resources we have, but most important two resources I have given a blue. One is total production, whatever is there from the only ponds and tanks everywhere in the freshwater. About 7 to 8 million tons of fish we produce from only these small ponds and tanks. Of course, in the recent years, we are going from the pond-based to land-based farming, which I will be speaking. Reservoirs, about 3.5 million hectares, we have reservoirs where we do only capture or culture-based fisheries. Culture-based fisheries means we stop some fingerlings, that too not everywhere, and the few reservoirs we stop fingerlings. And maybe every year we go on stocking and harvest. But these resources we consider one of the potential resources for aquaculture in the cage-based farming. In the coming days, which you see on the right hand side, we have not harnessed the potential of these reservoirs. We were giving advocacy that if we go for only about 1% of the reservoir resources we use for cage farming, we will be producing at least about 6 to 7 million ton of fish in coming years, not today. So these are some of the institutions who are working at, I told in the blue side about the 8 institutes which we are working at, 2 exclusive institutes working on aquaculture is Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture, Bhubaneswar, Central Institute of Brackish-water Aquaculture at Chennai, and of course we have institute at Bhimtal who works on the cold water fisheries and the trout farming and so on and so forth. Other institutes also work on some aspect of aquaculture, but mostly on the natural resource management. For example, the CIFT Mumbai, a deemed university again, will give this master's degree and PhD program in 11 disciplines of fishery science. They work on aquaculture. And the Bureau, National Bureau of Fish Genetic Resources, we do only on specific species, mainly the species which have conservation value, getting threatened, endangered species, we work on those. So these are some of the institutes at ICAR as well as the ministry who are supporting to the colleges, about 30 fisheries colleges in the country and department and We have KVK, Krishi Vigyan Kendra at every district. You have about 731 KVKs. We try to disseminate our work, whatever we do, to the farmers and entrepreneurs. And I said most of our research has been on applied research. Of course, a few of them are working on basic discipline, but mostly on applied research. Yeah. In recent years, as I was telling in the morning, at just beginning, those who are fish eaters, they don't like to eat same fish daily. We like to eat 7 days, 14 meal, 14 different fish. If some guest come to our house, if 3 dishes of fish will be there, 3 different preparation, 3 different type of fish. Madam will be able to say better than me. Mainly in the northeastern state, West Bengal, Odisha, Bihar, there's those region. Any guest comes without fish, it is not possible. We don't prefer to have chicken or mutton, but definitely fish. So diversity of fish, what maybe when we started doing in this breeding technique in 57, we had target of only Indian mother calves. Today we have about 70 species where breeding technology, seed production technology, in the mass scale is being done. And we don't say that every fish should go to every place of the country. No, not necessary. If there is a fish which is preferred by 5, 6 districts of a state also, good enough for us. Or 1 or 2 states, good enough for us. For example, I do not know anybody is from Northeast. Yeah. Which state you belong, sir?
I belong to Manipur.
Please sit down. For example, fish like pengwa. I'm sure he will vouch for me. At any point of time, pengwa cost may not be less than 3 to 400 rupees or 500 rupees. It is only a small carp variety. It does not grow bigger than this size, maybe 300, 400 gram size, but 400, 500 rupees. And if it is a festival period, the price goes up like anything. Or a fish like pabda, fish like chital, price is decided by the fish seller. Whatever price he asks, people are happy to purchase. So that is the price of fish for anybody from South India? No? South India, nobody is there. Only in North. North means people prefer to eat. Many people do not eat fish. They eat chicken or mutton, but not fish because of so much fine, isn't it? That's why the pangasius, that catfish, is popular in the northern side. But we consider that is the cheapest fish available, maybe easy to farm. Where carp can grow with intensive farming, carp we are selling at maybe carp we are producing 10 to 15 ton per hectare. This pangasius we can produce about 40 ton, 60 ton, 80 ton, 1 hectare area, and as much as 300 tons. So this is the capacity of producing, because that I will be speaking maybe later. Please tell me whenever you feel bored, please tell me, I will stop, maybe 5 minutes we will discuss something, again we will start. I will not leave you. Okay. So as I was talking, only we started doing breedings, we started with calves, then few other varieties of endemic species. Today we have protocol of breeding not only for the freshwater fish, very difficult fish, like right hand side you see, Cobia pompano grouper. Cobia grows about 4 kilo size in 1 year. But maturity takes place at maybe 4 years or 5 years of age. They are deep sea fishes. This fish breeds in the open sea. So when you adopt it in the laboratory condition or hatchery condition, making it mature is difficult. So that's why it takes time for such fish to breed and in the captivity. For example, species like sea bass, it is an important species. This is a species, euryhaline species. That means it is a marine fish, but you can farm, being a euryhaline, you can farm in freshwater also. Freshwater, brackish water, marine waters, pond, raceways, anywhere you can farm. But the difficulty with this species, first 2-3 years, it will remain as male, and then all male will transport to female. That is what protandrous we say. Protandrous species, first male, then female. Whereas grouper is opposite, protogynous. All will remain female, then transport to male. So difficulty for the hatchery owners is, if I collect 200 fish today, after 2 years, my all this sea bass turn to female, so I don't have male to breed. So these are some of the difficulty for breeding and seed production of some of the brackish water and marine fish and some of the species of yeah. Coming to again breeding and seed production, if you know the history of seed, resources of maybe 50 years back, everybody was depending on the river collection of seed. All of you know, only during the time of flooding time, July, August and all, when flood comes, all these Indian major crops breeds during that time. So they were collecting seed from the nature. Today, 100% of the seed are produced from the hatchery. Today, we have about 3,000 hatcheries producing whatever the required amount of seed. So, breeding protocol and all. But most important development which has happened in the genetic improvement, the selective breeding program, what we have been doing over the years in case of Katla, Rohu, freshwater, from that I will be speaking little detail. Then cryopreservation is another area we have been trying to disseminate the technology. The issue is some of the hatchery owners, they would have collected 500 seed 30 years back, and same fish they have been continuously using as their broodstock. Over the years of because of whatever repeated breeding, the issues of inbreeding depression has been very common. So the potential of the fish, growth potential of the fish is retarded over the years. So what we have been advocating is exchange of germplasm. Probably the farmers or hatchery owners are not that much able to reach to that level of exchanging the germplasm. So we are trying to use cryopreservation. At least half seed goes to the genetic improvement program. Till today, we have not been successful in cryopreservation of the egg because of all of you know, because of high yolk content. It is not we are not able to do. But cryopreservation protocol we have standardized for about 30 species, and all these Indian major cows we have been able to take milk or the sperm of the male, taking by the cryocans and all, distributing to different hatcheries. Last 3 years, we have taken this technology of cryopreservation technique in a commercial scale to about 50 hatcheries in the different states. This will help at least for genetic exchange of germplasm exchange. It will help. Multiple breeding is because all of you will know that the fish breeds, most of the calves breed only once in a year. Once in a year. But with the photothermal regulation, with the good feed, we have been able to not only breed this fish in the off-season during November, December, but also extending the breeding season from that 2 to 3 months to about 6 months, so that the same fish is able to breed 3 to 4 times. So we have been able to perfect such technology, and even today, farmers are able to breed at least twice. Some are able to breed 3 times, but many are able to do 2 times breeding. But the major issue is today not the quantity of the seed, but the quality. As I was talking, quality of the seed is so important. Many places where there is a commercial hatchery, you find hybrids. so much of hybrids because they cut. If somebody has only one pond or two pond, he has to stock Katla Rohu Mrigal. At one go, he should get all the seeds. So he thinks Katla Rohu Mrigal at a time inject and keep in breeding pool. So often they crossbreed. So several places we get instead of Katla, for example, Rohu only, we get Katla into Rohu, Katla Rohu. Or Rohu into Katla, Rohu Katla hybrid. And for example, you have a hybrid of Rohu Katla, and again next year you cross with Rohu. So Rohu Katla, Rohu, isn't it? So much of back cross. When you go to F3, F4, F5 generation, you do not know which species you are breeding or which species you are farming. So this is a major problem in some of the states. In the central, mainly Bihar, some part of the northeast, Assam, and all. This is a major problem we have been trying to see. So there are remedies we have been advocating. How do we overcome this situation and all? So we are trying to have seed certification, hatchery accreditation, seed village, all those things concept we are bringing at this point of time to see that quality is assured. As I was talking today, whether I do not know what happened, everything mixed up. Anyway, print out it will be there, so absolutely no issue. So when you talk of again future projection we are making, now we are making projection for the next 5 years only. So the target given to by the government of India is maybe they had set a target by 2025-26, which is difficult maybe, but by 2030, at least we should produce 22 million ton of fish. So 22 million ton of fish means another 6 million ton of fish. That too, freshwater definitely 4 million ton calves we need to grow. That means we need to have at least 650 additional hatcheries. Now the question is that 650 hatcheries, where you will make, what size you will make, who will be the entrepreneurs, what will be the investment, which species we grow, who is going to provide technical guidance. So it is you, everybody will be looking at you, that here is some group of people who are there to give advice. And I'm sure there will be many more entrepreneurs will come to you, that at least right today that money is not a problem. People have enough money for investment. People say knowledge is not difficult at this point of time because with the public domain so much of information available, probably is it necessary to go to a teacher? Probably is it necessary to go to a scientist? Probably it is more necessary because so much of information is there in the public domain, which is correct, which is not correct, so much of contradictory information will be there. So people are more confused than whatever they knew. So at this point of time, probably right information from right people is so important for any entrepreneur to adopt some new practices. Please tell me whenever you feel bored. I will stop. Whenever you say, I will stop there.
No, we all are teachers.
So different farming practice I will not. I think some got blank because of something I do not know. Maybe blank. I will take that printout. Do you have? Otherwise, what I was talking, each one I had kept. I do not know what happened. When you talk of aquaculture, we started in the beginning with the Katla, Rohu, Mrigal, Silver Crab, Grassback, Common Carp. This will remain at the surface, other will remain at the column, other will remain at the bottom. They don't fight each other, they take all the ecological niches will be utilized. All those we studied. But all those, very few places it is practiced because there is at the end of the day, farmer need to get profit. Farmer will get profit only when the consumer takes that fish, isn't it? So most of the time our farming is consumer driven farming. If consumer prefer to have XYZ fish, we have oriented our farming practice. Today we have aquaculture, 3 ton to 15, 20 ton of different farming. If some farmer come to us that I need to start a farming, I will do carp farming, then we start how much you want to produce. What is your target of production? Then they say, okay, everybody will say I will produce 15 ton, 20 ton. Then we start giving what is your investment capacity. Where you want to do farming? For example, Punjab, Haryana and all. The productivity is very high because water is plenty, freely available, free electricity, so much of water they pump in. But problem is, one thing they cannot change is winter, cold winter of November, December, January or February. So only 8 months farming. So we give a different prescription for the North India that which species they will prefer. For example, Andhra Pradesh farming. Total Andhra Pradesh that more than 1 lakh hectare or 2,50,000 acres of farming, it's only 2 species farming. Rohu 80%, 20% Katla, because Katla Rohu are the most preferred species in the market, and their market is West Bengal, Northeast, whatever. And over the years, Pangasius is another species for the North India. So some people are going for the Pangasius farming production as level of 20 to 40 ton. Government of India has a good management practice. They say you should not produce more than 20 ton. Should not produce. But those who are doing Pangasius farming, nobody is producing less than 20 ton because money is there. For example, you do paddy farming or rice farming or wheat farms. 1 acre or 1 hectare, what is the profit? 1 hectare. Can anyone have idea? Profit, net profit from the rice or wheat, 1 hectare. Not more than 30 to 40,000. 30 to 40,000, not more than whatever you do. Andhra Pradesh, what is the lease value? You know, lease value for 1 hectare pond, lease value at 1,20,000. Just lease value. After giving lease also, they get profit. So this is the profit margin. For example, stream farming we advocate in the Punjab, Haryana and all, if any one of you are there. That 5 years back there was nothing, no, in these salt affected areas, no farming was there. Because the all cultivation which was there, wheat cultivation, over the years, land has become saline, so nothing can be done. Where we started demonstrating shale farming. Today, per acre of pond in those areas, today about 4,000 acres farming is going on Punjab, Haryana, saline affected areas. Average production is about 3 to 4 ton per acre, and average profit margin is 3 to 5 lakh per acre. Net profit, I am talking net profit. But if so much of profit, why everybody is not doing? That question will come. Because investment is very high. Risk is also very high. Where there is more profit, more risk, you know, everywhere there is a risk. Because when you go for high density, there is you need investment for aeration, you need investment for water exchange, you need to get. Problem is here the seed has to be taken from the coastal areas. That is the problem. Otherwise, the farming would have grown by this time. So when I talk of carp farming, we go for several farming practices. Monoculture, maybe 2 crops, 3 crops, depending on the gain. For example, there are places, for example, West Bengal, they prefer to have 1 kilo size fish. They don't like to purchase anything less than 1 kilo size. But if you come to some of the northern side, Bihar or this side, UP side, people prefer to purchase about 500 gram. Why 500 gram? Small family, only parents and 1 or 2 kids. So they would like to prefer taking daily fresh fish instead of keeping in fridge. So they prefer to have a small fish of 400, 500, 600 grams. So for them, we do give a different prescription. For example, West Bengal, again I am giving an example, or Northeast. A species called bata, you must have, labio bata, same group of rohu. Labio rohita, it is labio bata. It does not grow more than maybe 550, 60, 100 grams, but the price at any point of time is not less than 400 rupees per kilo. So we give a different prescription for the resources where water retention is only 3 months. You find central India, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, or Madhya Pradesh, part of Orissa, where water retention only 3 months to 4 months. We give, along with the maybe major crop, we give medial crop, for example, cucuretus, gonias, maybe gonionotus, all those species we give along with that. There are many others. I do not know. It has gone. So you will see in my slide what is there. I do not know. So recent years, as I told, cage farming has become is spreading like anything. For example, 10 years back, we did not have a single cage in our reserve. Today, at least 20,000 cages are operation, mostly in the Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, those regions, because reservoirs are much higher in those regions. And we produce about 60,000 ton. One cage means small cages. It is not big. This room size room, you can keep 6 cages, 6 meter by 4 meter cages. Just so 6 cages means 3 ton fish per cage. I mean 8 months. So 6 cages means 18 ton of fish you can get from this side of reservoir. So this is the potential what we have, and today we have perfected the technology for the fungaceous farming. Of course, tilapia is one of the important species which can grow better, but in India we do not have good market for tilapia. So that is the reason why tilapia we don't advocate. But again, you know that tilapia also the major problem. All of you know the prolific breeder. That's why the issue. So over the years, we have been using only monosex tilapia treated with methyl alpha testosterone for about 1 month, so that all become male tilapia. In spite of doing that, also still about 1% will remain as female. That causes also problem because again, being a prolific breeder, this causes a problem today. And so much of integration is happening. This is not only a traditional practice, but over the years, when we are talking of sustainability, livelihood, security, and all, if you go to many parts of the country, they must be have been doing culture where there is a not irrigated waste, where there is a landfall waste farming. You find such integration in many places with dirt, pig, etc., etc. Not very common everywhere. As I was talking of again brackish water farming today, I was talking about 35,000 crores of export is by a single commodity, Peneus, Letopeneus banana, a exotic species. 10 years back, we can see by 2008 we were producing less than 1 lakh ton. Today we are producing 10 lakh tons. Whatever we are, mostly it is being exported. And we started the industry with a species called Peneus monodon. And today it is replaced by Vanami only because we can do for high density farming, unlike monodon. And advantage also, this farming you can do it the low saline to high saline areas. The species is highly adapted to different climate. And recent years we have been trying to work on bioflood technology. If you see some of the places in Gujarat and all, people have started adopting the bioflood-based farming. Of course, investment is quite high per hectare. You need to have an investment of somewhere around 20 lakh rupees. But you have high scope of getting more profit and all. If you see how our production has gone up over the years, you can see. Of course, when we say that farming of shrimp or any intensive sort of thing, you need to have aeration is must. Aeration is must, and in 1 hectare pond, at least 6 to 8 aerators, for which you need to have investment. Electricity is one another problem. This is a skill development program, so I do understand it is important. I'm sure the field visit will be so relevant also. And for topic like aquaculture, doing anything in Delhi is not easy. Not easy. I do understand that. Let me tell you, I am a student of mariculture. After my BFSc Bachelor in Fisheries Science, I did mariculture from Cochin. Then I worked in a private company. I had all knowledge, let me tell you, but zero skill. Zero. And when we went for an interview of that company, maybe they asked me which type of aerators you are using. Only we had seen. Because that we had seen for a field visit, I could tell that this pedal wheel aerator, etc., etc. Those days it was not there, nothing was there. And let me tell you the feed, what we are talking feed that time, feed we were just making dough, big boilers of 30-kilo boilers, and we were using tapioca, etc., etc. That 1 year field work, that 1 year in that company was so helpful. Whatever I had learned before 6 years in fisheries, probably it was more than that. So it is so important when we just see something, because we are not, if you take a farmer, you say that you go and visit and come. But when you visit, you see many more things for the purpose you have not gone. So that advantage we have when we go to different places and see things, what is happening around. So skill is so important. For example, we say, okay, this is Katla, Rahu, Mrigal. This is very common. I can give guarantee. If I give 10 gram size of Katla, Rahu, Mrigal and some hybrid, 50% of the fishery scientists, I'm not telling about you, 50% of fishery scientists cannot identify. They will say, I will be able to tell you, if you don't show me fish, just give me tissue, I will tell, DNA barcoding I will do, then I will be able to say this fish. But they will not be able to identify which fish they are doing. But they will be able to identify through DNA barcoding. All of you know, we have got DNA barcodes made for about 600 species. CO1, you know, the genes, cytochrome C oxidase 1. So we have got barcodes of all those to identify. Of course, we have the tool has an advantage, mainly for the egg identification, larva identification, and many times we are not able to do. So the tools helps. But at the same time, conventional taxonomy is also equally important for us. Coming to the stream farm today, as I was talking today, we produce about 1 million ton of shrimp. But the target before us is another 5 years ahead. We need to produce an additional 4 lakh ton of shrimp. That means more than 80,000 hectares of area we need to increase. So that what we say that whatever the production of seed necessary, we need to have additional hatchery for producing another whatever the requirement 100 to 150 million of seed. That means about 1,000 crores we need to invest only on the hatchery. 1,000 crores investment has to be done for in the next 5 years only. I'm not talking beyond. And of course, there are issues in when you go to the several of the farms, even in the Andhra Pradesh, you will find several of the freshwater area they are doing shrimp farm, inputting salt, etc., etc. There are mismanagement happening. We talk of good management practice, but very few people try to follow. So, recent years we have been giving emphasis on new species, as I told in the beginning, like milkfish, mullets, all other species we have been trying to work. Mariculture, as I told, future is mariculture. 10 years back, all the time we used to say that India coast mariculture is not possible because of rough sea, so much of tidal amplitude, all the time we used to say. But last 4-5 years, Today we have about 3,500 cages under operation, not by government institute, by private, not entrepreneurship, mainly small farmers. It is a, I would say, alternative livelihood option what we are giving. A cage of only 6 meter dia, small cage, 6 meter dia, 3 ton production of Pogia, Pompano, grouper. We have been able to demonstrate all the places. And seed is a major problem at this point of time, which we are trying to ensure through entrepreneurship, new hatcheries bringing in and all. So the target before us is in the coming days, maybe 5-6 years, another 30,000 cages will be in operation. Not only small cages, we are talking of larger size. If you, anyone of you have gone to Norway, all of you know, talk about salmon. When you talk salmon farming, it is bigger cages of 50 to 60 meter dia cages. And 6 cage is an industry, a huge industry. So, and over the years, we are trying to again integrate cage culture, we see seaweed farming, integrated multi-trophic aquaculture and all. These are some of the cages, being large industrial cages in the globally are there. Some of the cages can produce as much as 6,000 tons to 8,000 tons. We are producing 3 tons, 5 tons, 6,000 tons in single cage. This is not just a cage, this is the industry. Each cage with integrated with maybe hatchery, production system, processing factories, and so forth. And you know the problem with salmon is it is highly susceptible to several viruses. So each fish has to be vaccinated. That is the problem. But fortunately, most of our tropical fishes are so much of hardy, rather I would say, not much affected by virus. But recent years there has been several instances. For example, tilapia-like virus has been causing. You must be hearing all those things. So a miles to go definitely, but I'm sure in the future we have a great possibility because our EZ is quite big. If you see the EZ, only 10% of our EZ, 0.18 million hectares we are using for fishing, mainly 50 meters depth. Rest we have to think how do we use our, I don't say that exploit is not a good word, maybe how effectively manage those resources are important. And several of the mariculture community, I do not know, those who are not fish eater, you will have that we consume also mussel, oyster, or abalone, which is most expensive mariculture product, which we usually farming, oyster farming in the Chennai coast, mussel farming in the Kerala, Karnataka, part of Goa, because there is a consumer preference and several five-star hotels are there industry. So we are trying to disseminate this technology to different places. Seaweed farming in the coastal areas at this point of time, we have potential estimated about 25,000 hectares potential for seaweed farming only shore areas within 1 kilometer. So the raft, small farmers, how they can manage their resources that we have told. As I was telling, very high intensive system today we are practicing. For example, recirculatory aquaculture system. Probably this at the university itself we may have a small module, but many places in the country you will find the recirculatory aquaculture system. Of course, investment is quite high. Production is high, but investment is high, and only problem is for country like India is we need 24/7 electricity. That is the problem because all the fishes grow better in the summer month, and most of this time power cut will be there in the summer period. Many places in the village and all. So, but peri-urban farming, what we are talking, maybe cities, peri-urban areas, raceways, as well as the biofloc farming is important. Just a 10-ton capacity, you are able to produce 3 crops, 3 ton to 4 ton in a crop of about 3 to 4 months. So this, as I told, there are issues like capital intensive, continuous energy, high variability. We have to see depending on the high value species and so on and so forth. But future is for this sort of farming because resources are going to be scarce. Water is going to scarce. You will not have enough water like pond and all. So the same water you should be able to utilize for long period. We know when if you do little intensive farming, what is the major problem? Ammonia, dissolved oxygen is a problem that you are able to make through aerator. Ammonia is a problem. So you put biofilter, so ammonia converted to nitrite, nitrite to nitrates, the same water. Even the intensive, for example, in Israel, the farming, what we talk as extensive farming, intensive farming, we consider in Israel it is a extensive farming because their extensive farming production is 25 ton, whereas we produce at 25 ton per hectare in the intensive. Their semi-intensive means 300 ton. Then we say that they are better, probably not, because at the end of the month, a day, how much money you get? Their cost of production, for example, tilapia, cost of production is $3, whereas we sell tilapia at $1. Okay, they do high production because they don't have enough water. So if somebody without farming sell water, they will get more profit than doing farming. So they have to go for intensive farming. They don't have any other option. So country like India, probably in future, we may have to transform that sort of intensive farming, land-based intensive farming, water recirculation, reuse. Some of the farm you get, we say that nitrate content, how much should be there? 1.51, it should not grow. The nitrate content goes to 200 to 300 ppm. But they try to keep the ammonia and nitrate content as low as possible so that it is not toxic. Nitrate is not toxic, all of you know very well. Yes, I think Dr. Saroji is coming. So Dr. Saroj will be speaking on this ornamental fish, so he will speak details, so I won't speak today. This is one of the important trade we are talking. It is not only freshwater ornamentals, which Dr. Saroj is the expert of freshwater ornamentals. Today we have at least breeding and seed production technology of 20 damsel and clownfish. Each damsel and clownfish today cost about $3 to $4 any place today. These are the clownfish, the hard one. This one. Next one also. That is a degenerate fish again, cross between two clownfishes. This cost, each of these species cost about $20 to $25. And an indigenous species like Denisoni we call it. The second one is an indigenous species, again found in Kerala only, Kerala queen they call it. Each of these Denisoni cost about $20 to $25. So some of the species has a very high value. Recently, first time, one of our institute bred a marine ornamental shrimp, which cost $25 to $30 per piece. And it is not that we do. Lakshadweep, when if you go for your LTC or sometime, just you land in the airport, from the airport only wherever you stay in the Kavrati, you will find few lady entrepreneurs, they are breeding this shrimp. And we have made a tie-up with one farm in Chennai. He will purchase at 350 rupees per piece. This shrimp does not grow bigger than this size. So, huge potential we have, huge potential of ornamental trading. And nowadays, people in Delhi you will find they don't keep big aquarium, we call nano aquarium. You must have seen very small aquarium with small ornamental. They are very expensive. Nano aquariums are more expensive because these fish you keep are very expensive. Some of the goldfish I have not given because everybody knows goldfish, so I have not given. But koi carp at the bottom, like left hand side, koi carp is an expensive fish, and country like China, Japan is ruling because of the koi carp, the variety they have they are breeding. Whatever design you would like to breed, because this is expensive. Only last year we got about 20 brood fish, 40,000 rupees per fish. 40,000 rupees per fish. And in the South Asian countries, if you go every house, they keep one fish called arowana. You must have arowana. Each arowana cost about 15 to 20,000 rupees. And why people keep it? They consider if you keep that fish, you will have property. Maybe your daughter or son will get a better job. So every house they keep. Probably to give value, we need to create such things. Something we should say that if you keep, that will be something. People does also. Belief is there. I don't say that superstition. Superstition and belief, there are two different things. People have belief. If you have belief, we believe in God. It is only a belief. So if it is working, I think probably we should try. This is one area, maybe another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay. This is one area I told in the morning, the potential we have for genetic improvement. Why, for example, today's salmon, 30 years back, that salmon which was growing 1 kilo, today same salmon is growing 3 kilo per year. Why? Because mainly the selective breeding program they undertook over the years. So globally, if you see, it is only about a half a dozen of species selective breeding program is going on. If the technology has so much potential, what is the problem? Why people are not adopting the selective breeding program? Only because you need a huge resource, mainly the pond resources. If you want to raise, if you want to get, for example, 10 different stocks or 5 stocks from 5 different places, then crossbreed. If you have tried to raise 50 families, you need at least 50 ponds, which very few institute or organization may have such resources. The institute like SIFA only is able to do because if anyone get opportunity, I would invite to visit our institute at Central Institute of Freshwater Agriculture, Bhubaneswar. Madam has visited about half a dozen of time, definitely. Joyce, so I am sure you must have seen, we have about 400 acres farm, about 500 ponds, besides concrete tanks, etc. And I had opportunity to head one of the division, production technology division, with 30 scientists. So that was my domain area, rather I was farming, because my work over the years was on breeding and husbandry. So this is a technology. For example, each fish gets mature only after two years age. Today we have reached to the about 13th generation of Rohu, because it took about 30 years of time. After 12th generation, we got about 60% higher production. And Katla, in second generation, we have got about 30% higher production, and freshwater prawn, about 50% higher production in case of freshwater prawn in 12th generation, because the growth improvement in freshwater prawn is much slower. The growth response per generation is about 5%, whereas in Rohu about 16% growth response. So this is the potential we have today. We started with conventional selective breeding. With the new technology coming in, genomic selection and all, I'm sure in the coming days, we will be able to integrate along with the growth, disease resistance, maybe color and all, we will be able to integrate. That is what in coming days. And recent years also we have started to work on genome editing. We sincerely believe with the genomic information, whole genome information available with us. About 6 years back we started working on genomics. We did not have any idea how do we go ahead, but today about the whole genome information is available in fish species including cutler, roe and mrigel. So that would help us in mainly with the genome editing work in the coming days also. I'm sure many of you may be involved in such work in your laboratory. Then feed, of course, Madam will speak, so I will not speak. But today, several formulation not only for the carp catfishes, but also shrimp and ornamental feed. Several of the feed has been commercialized and all. So what do we envisage? Another 1,000 crores investment has to be there in the industry in at least in the 5 to 6 years for more feed plants in different places. That is what most importantly, when you do talk of nutrition, is what is important in the coming days. More important, it is not the feed formulation is important. Anybody who are working on nutrition must have come out with several formulations. Several of you must have come out. But when you look at future, for example, today we produce 10 million ton of fish, as I told. Another 20 years, we will produce 25 million ton of fish. So if 1.5 FCR of 25 million ton, that means about 40 million ton, 35 to 40 million ton of ingredients you need. From where these ingredients will come? Again, maize, soybean and all. You are not only user, poultry will grow, every sector will grow. So everybody will compete with the same ingredient of maize, soybean, rice bran, oil cake and all. So that is the major issue in the coming days. How do you think for alternative feed ingredient? We have been working on non-conventional ingredient over the years. Madam must have worked also several years. But nothing, the problem is not that it is not good. Problem is getting in bulk quantity those non-conventional ingredients. And continuous supply. If I am doing 12-month farming, I should get that non-conventional ingredient for 12 months. We have been talking of the scarcity of fish meal. We have been talking of black soldier fly, etc., etc. Today, many of you nutritionists may be working on black soldier fly. But the protection of black soldier fly is not that easy. Everybody says, waste you get, vegetable you get, spoiled potato you get, easy, cheap you get. But getting those, collecting those potato is not easy, isn't it? And farming of black soldier fly is not that easy. If you have seen some of those who are coming up with enterprise of black soldier fly, it is not that easy. So these are some of the issues will remain for which, and if issues are not there, we are irrelevant, isn't it? We scientists think that there should be issues, then only we will have some option to work. Definitely. Disease is one of the important, today date, everybody will realize how important disease issue is after corona and all. Today we have, till today we were talking only about therapeutics. Today, last 2 years we have come out with at least 4 vaccines in different fish, including for not only for the calves but also CBAS and so and so forth. We have good quarantine system in place, but not for everything, mainly for the shrimp which we were importing over the years. 10 years back, we did not have a single cell line. Those who are working on the virology, fish virology, not a single cell line were available with us. All the time we used to depend on NCCS Pune. They were reluctant to keep fish cell line. Today we have a cell line bank at NBFDR Lucknow with 70 fish cell lines. Any one of you like to have fish cell line, please approach to NBFDR. You get everything outside in the website. Forms are available. You should. It is only almost free of cost, 2,000 rupees or something, and whatever the cost for transport by the post. So they will do. So we are prepared for anything. We have a disease surveillance system in place. About 30 organizations are there today. We have in the second phase we have 60 organizations hooked in the disease surveillance program. We have AMR network program, antimicrobial resistance. I am sure many of you might be working on AMR at this point of time. I need not tell the importance of AMR. It is a big network coming in. I coordinate both the program, both the surveillance and AMR program. If any one of you are interested for any sort of training, lab-based training for 1 week, 15 days, 1 month, 3 months, we have capsules for all those things. So if any one of you or your students, maybe many of your students may be working on those for PhD and all, if you think you need, and let me tell you, our labs are nowhere less than any international lab. Mainly, I would say the National Bureau of Genetic Resources, the first institute to procure PacBio, our institute, spending 6 crore rupees. We say that when you work on health and when you take PCR, you will get in each our lab at least 20 PCR you will find. At least 60, 70 students work at one go. So probably your students will be of help for this sort of work. Maybe I don't mention because already late. I'm sure you are getting bored. Maybe last few minutes you can have discussion. As I told, so much of target. How do you get target? Then of course new hope, new aspirations. Because we have several organizations, including many of you are showing interest in the aquaculture. I'm sure in the coming days there will be more skill development happening. New ministry, all of you know, new ministry has come, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairy, which split from the Ministry of Agriculture, new department which was not there earlier, Department of Fisheries in Government of India, several programs, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana with 20,000 crores, investment happening over the last 3-4 years, and Atmanirbhar Bharat, you know, the program where there is 3% interest submission for any big projects and all. So several of and problem as I was telling, source tracking is so important, traceability system coming in. So tomorrow fish, whatever will be available, you will know from which pond it has come, who are the trader, all these things you will like your medicine when you purchase or anything. So every source will be available with you. So greater convergence is happening. So several areas, new area we have been working at this point of time, starting from basic research to the genome to surrogation. For example, some of our people are working on surrogate technology. All of you know, for example, breeding of I showed them an ornamental fish, Denisoni. It is difficult to breed. It is high cost, but it is same group of maybe goldfish, not goldfish, maybe common carp. For example, can we get the Denisoni from common carp? That is our work. We have been successful to good extent. Difficult fish, if tomorrow some fish are more difficult to breed or high value, can we get the produce the seed from other fish which are easy to breed? So some of this work we have been trying to do over then lab-based meat production. Everybody is working at this point of time. Everybody is talking of chicken production from the lab. So fish meat production also some work we have started, but long way to go. I know. And now farming is transforming from maybe rural farming to IT-based farming to smart farming with all gadgets. Most of us are working on this AI-based technologies with automation, with robotics bringing in the farming. Small farm, but more automation. So all those things are happening in the coming days. New several incubation facility technology park we have been trying to make greater outreach, which is important, with skill development program dissemination and so forth. So partnership is more important. Even if we like to have partnership with any one of you like to join with us, partnership with any, but everybody's objective is same, stakeholders. That is the objective to reach. So market is most important. Whatever you produce, you should be able to sell with less wastage. That is the problem at this point of time. Indian agriculture today, 25 to 30% of the vegetable production is lost, wasted because of the market, in the market change. So fish, our loss is somewhere around 5 to 25%. So how to have a better marketing, better hygiene, that is what is important, demand creation and all. At the end, we don't intend fish for all. That was the slogan of FAO, fish for all. But fish for all, not for today, tomorrow, fish for all, forever. That is the slogan we like to have. Not only quantity, but also quality and variety, which is most important. And for that, this training program, Sustainable Aquaculture, is the trend, which need to be not only inclusive but resilient with the context of climate change. Whether the fish will breed up if temperature increases 2 degrees, we do not know. We do not know. We need to be. Earlier also temperature change was there, but it was very slow. But this abrupt change of temperature and climate, how do you sustain our farming is so important. So thank you very much for which cooperation, collaboration. This is we end my lecture, but we are free to discuss anything. I had kept a slide, everything. I thought each slide I can speak also whatever, but I do understand it is difficult to sit for a long time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Teachers, any questions?
You did not provide the tea, madam. Otherwise,
Definitely we'll have tea something after some time. So you can ask.
any question, on any area of fish, aquaculture, any area, you can. If I know, I will speak. If I do not know, I will get back to you. And for any matter related to this or academics and all, we are also trying to change and fit in with the new education policy. Because as I told, we have also deemed university with 11 disciplines of fisheries. We provide master degree. Not only, yeah, madam.
So I also used to rear fish in
Uh,
aquarium earlier. The problem is the
Please
temperature. When the
winter comes, it will be affected with the fungal attack and it will die, isn't it? What we do in the for southern Indian state, it is not an issue, but northern India we need to have a heater which is thermostat control. Thermostat control means if you want to keep at 30 degree temperature all the time, it will remain 30 degree. If temperature goes down, heater will become on. Then when it reaches the temperature reaches to 30 degree, it will switch off. So maybe
So ask
little
for
better.
a thermostat control, because I did use a thermometer in the winter, but the temperature goes up so high that the fish will die.
No, so that is what a thermostat controlled heater. That means no case it will go. You have to fit depending on the requirement. For example, most of the fish like to prefer to 30 to 32 degrees centigrade. So you keep your control at 30 degree. So when it reaches 30 degree, automatically the heater will switch off. Maybe somebody good aquarium shop will be able to help you. Otherwise, most of the aquarium shop they have.
What about in summer? Did high temperature also affect
No,
them?
if it is an indoor, if it is an indoor system, no case.
Because here in Delhi,
Yeah.
two of my species, they died because I put them in the AC. I thought that it would be very very hot for them, so I put them in the AC and they died.
If you give permission, I can give the answer
Yeah.
because I'm in Delhi and I'm maintaining fishes, and I will show you after sometime during these courses. And you see, we can maintain the inside temperature. Even we can cover the ponds with the aqua house. I will show you outside. It is made of polycarbonate sheet. Even we can use the ordinary plastic, and we can maintain the temperature. And within that system, if you use any heater or any heating system, absolutely you can maintain the temperature. I am telling you, when the temperature in Delhi was 1.8 degree during this winter months, my fishes are very happy, and the water temperature was around 24 degrees centigrade. Who is Suksandan has? Because you see, I'm telling you, I have brought latest calcarifer from Chennai. मेरा दोस्त चेन्नई से आया था. And at that time, it was month of January. At that time, temperature was very high in Chennai. And at that time, we just think about the temperature of Delhi. And we maintain the species, and they are here. I will show you tomorrow then. They are very happy, and you can, the growth is there. Yeah. So it is possible.
Absolutely. Now, for example, you have most of us have
one small aquarium at house. Think about the public aquarium, where you have 200 different fish species in public aquarium. You must have seen some of the public aquarium. In India, very few public aquarium. One has come in Ahmedabad recently. You must have seen recently only about 200 crores they have spent. One of the best aquarium.
Is it in Jammu?
No. Jammu also is there. Not that big, but it is also a public aquarium. We have Jammu. If any one of you happens to go Lucknow, one of the good aquarium rather I'm saying that we have here, you just put Ganga aquarium in the your search engine, any of the Google also, you will find what is there. Of course, our aquarium we did not spend much, about 5 crores we have spent, about 40 tanks and all, but all the fish may not prefer to have same temperature. Temperature requirement of all fish are different. So we have, as I told someone, if some need higher temperature, we give. If low temperature, we have a chiller. It can keep chilling. If temperature goes up, chiller will review the temperature all the time.
I just want to add here, you know that cold water fisheries DCFR, and they are, I'm fond of snow trout, Indian snow trout, and we have brought them from Champabad. When Prabhadiji was there, we brought them, we cultured them, and once they visited, and we grow them up to this Cytothrax richardsoni. With the help of the chiller, we can maintain them. When the temperature goes above 20 degrees centigrade, these fishes will be died, and they breed at 12 degrees centigrade temperature and breed, and they are growing very nicely. And Moses did his PhD work with the species. We have cultured them here, so it is possible. We can maintain the high temperature, we can maintain the cold temperature with the help of the technology, and that is why this FDP.
Just for example, most of the tropical fishes they prefer about 28 to 32 degrees. But as she told, like snow trout, for example, trout, the best temperature for growth is 10 to 12 degrees centigrade. If it goes beyond 12 degrees, either it will start under stress or growth will not be there.
Same time with for our Indian major Katla, Ruhu and Megan, with any their project about its days, we have seen at the temperature of 25, these fishes are very happy. And when the temperature is gradually decreasing at 22 degrees centigrade, their immune system is disturbed. And when the temperature is coming below 20 degrees centigrade, their food consumption will be reduced. And they will stop feeding at 15 degrees centigrade temperature. And there will be mass mortality when the temperature is at 10 degrees centigrade temperature. All fishes will be died. But one species, that is Chana, they survive. In the abiotic stress project, we have seen that. Even not only temperature का साथ साथ आपको dissolved oxygen को भी consider करना पड़ेगा. Temperature is known as master abiotic factor. जब temperature high हो जाएगा, dissolved oxygen concentration कम हो जाएगा. There will be synergistic effect. There will be change in the pH. सिर्फ एक पैरामीटर नहीं है. मछली जल की रानी ऐसा नहीं है. उसका पानी में बहुत रिलेशन है. उसमें आयन का सब कुछ आपको कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा. जब टेम्परेचर से कुछ नहीं होगा, we have to consider there should be an holistic approach. जब टेम्परेचर हाई होगा, उसको फिर उसकी मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटी भी हो जाएगा, उसका फिजियोलॉजी भी चेंज हो जाएगा. So we have to learn the physiology of the fishes also.
But this is the issue, as Madam you told, this is the issue. Most of the keepers who keep aquarium at home, most of us only see fish which looks good. And without knowing anything beyond that, they must have told, really you give some fish. That is the only thing we know. And you know better, maybe because you are zoology expert and all, you know. But think about the common who are purchasing, even IAS officer also. He or she may not be knowing, but exactly
feed has to be given. So everything depends not only feeds, what hardness or alkalinity and all. Water is the most important thing when you talk of farming. So quality, quantity is so important. And of course, I did not show some of the slide when Madam was giving example, Chief Guest was giving example of pearl. Somebody told he is doing, he was looking at the back. So somebody, some expert is there, कोई करते हैं जो मोती पालन कोई करते हैं ना, कहाँ कहाँ करते हैं, कहाँ करते हैं, कितना करते हैं, कहाँ सीखे, कहाँ तक लेके जाना है. आइए. Recently you must have seen one of the episode of Mann Ki Baat of Honorable Prime Minister, where he showed about the मोती पालन के ऊपर बात किए थे, दिखाए थे बिहार के फार्मर कैसे मोती पालन कर रहा है, how enterprise is important. Anyway, वो तो अपना experience बोलेंगे, that will be good to share experience. If I think more I know, I will add.
नमस्कार, मैं अशोक. एक्चुअली मैं तो एक्सपोर्ट लाइन में जॉब करता था. तो एक्सपोर्ट लाइन में तो ये है कभी जॉब होती थी नहीं होती थी. फिर मैंने सोचा कि कुछ अब अलग हटके किया जाए, तो मैंने यूट्यूब पे कुछ वीडियोस वगैरह देखी. वीडियोस देखी तो मोती पालन का मेरे को थोड़ा आइडिया आया. तो पहले वहाँ तो देखा था बस शिफा वगैरह में ट्रेनिंग का, तो शिफा में तो अवेलेबल थी नहीं, तो मैंने कहीं से प्राइवेट अपना ट्रेनिंग. तो मैंने तो अपनी छत पे ही एक छोटा सा सेटअप लगा के मेरे को 6 महीने ही हुए हैं ट्रेनिंग लेके. मैंने वही एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है, लेकिन मेरा रिजल्ट जो है 6 महीने में बहुत बढ़िया है. अभी मेरे पास बस एक सीप भी है पॉकेट के अंदर, मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ.
अच्छा बढ़िया है. देखिए इससे ज़्यादा और स्किल डेवलपमेंट कहाँ से मिलेगा, पर्ल कल्चर. लेकिन हम क्या कर सकते हैं, वो सिपा बोल रहे थे आज के दिन में हमारे पास 3000 रिक्वेस्ट है. एक ट्रेनिंग में हम 15 लोगों को ट्रेनिंग दे सकते हैं.
डिजाइनर मोती है जो अंकुर वगैरह में यूज करते हैं, वो हाफ राउंड मोती होता है. इसको 12 महीने लगते हैं रेडी होने में. हाफ राउंड मोती जो है वो 18 महीने लगता है हमें रेडी होने में. और एक जो राउंड मोती होता है बिल्कुल गोल मोती, वो हमारी शीप में इसके अंदर नहीं हो सकता. वो एक्चुअली जो चाइना वगैरह की शीप होती है ना बड़ी, वो उसी के अंदर प्रोड्यूस हो सकता है. तो डिमांड जो ज्यादा होती है वो हाफ राउंड मोती की होती है. ये भी एक्सपेरिमेंट के लिए मैंने किया था कि 12 महीने में देख लेते हैं एक बार क्या रिजल्ट होता है, उसके बाद में फिर हमको इसी को 6 महीने हुआ ना मैम.
एक्वाकल्चर जब बोलते हैं दो चीज में लोगों का सबका ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट होता है. एक ऑर्नामेंटल है, दूसरा मोती पालन. जो बोल रहे थे क्या नाम है, अशोक कुमार. जो अशोक कुमार जी देखिए कितना एंटरप्राइजिंग है, यूट्यूब देख के भी शुरू कर दिए हैं.
मैंने भी घर गया था, देखा था.
मैडम ने देख लिया था हम लोग.
उसने वो ब्लू वाला
मैंने अभी ड्रम के अंदर ही किया है. और अगर जैसे एक सीमेंटेड टैग बना के करते ना तो थोड़ा और अच्छा रिजल्ट आ सकता था, क्योंकि इसके अंदर थोड़ा टेंपरेचर मैनेजमेंट करना है.
सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है सेल साइज, जो हम बोलते हैं 10 सेंटीमीटर होने कम से कम होने से, बट ये थोड़ा छोटा है. ये है लैमिनेटेड मार्जिनालिस है. 3 स्पीशीज के ऊपर हम ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं. लैमिनेटेड मार्जिनालिस, पायरेसिया गुरगटा. 3 स्पीशीज में जो इंडियन पर अबाउट 50 डिफरेंट स्पीशीज का मसल अवेलेबल है कंट्री में. जो अशोक जी ने बोले चाइना या कोरिया, वियतनाम हमारा आगे क्यों है, वो पहले से तो किए थे. उनके पास एक मोती का जो सेल रहता है वो बोलते हैं हाइरियोसिस. वो इतना बड़ा होता है, इतना बड़ा होता है. एक सेल में हम अबाउट 30 से 40 इम्प्लांटेशन कर सकते हैं. तो एक सेल से 40 मोती निकल सकता है. पहले हमारा सेल इतना छोटा है, मैक्सिमम 2 मोती निकलता है. वो जो बोल रहे थे हाफ राउंड पर या डिजाइनर पर, जिसको हम आपे बोल बोलते हैं, जो राउंड पर भी इसमें हो सकता है. नहीं ऐसे नहीं हो सकता है, बट हमारा ये बोलते हैं राउंड पर मैक्सिमम 2 ले सकते हैं. लेकिन उसका सर्जरी थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. ये थोड़ा इजी है, कोई भी लेयर कर सकता है. जस्ट उठा के एपिथेलियल लेयर के नीचे डाल देना. वो मोनोडल इम्प्लांटेशन इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, जिसमें जो ट्रेनिंग हम शिफा में देते हैं मैनुअल सर्जरी टेक्निक के ऊपर होता है. तो इस ट्रेनिंग में हम 15 लोगों को लेते हैं, क्योंकि 100% प्रैक्टिकल बेस्ट ट्रेनिंग है। इसीलिए साल में 4 ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, तो 60 पीपल हम ट्रेनिंग दे सकते हैं। हमारे पास क्यू में 3000 लोग हैं। तो कुछ लोग हम वर्चुअल ट्रेनिंग भी शुरू किए हैं, तो लास्ट ईयर 300-400 लोगों को वर्चुअली सिखाए हैं। तो होपफुली जो जितने लोग सीख के जा रहे हैं, some have started an institute, some of our entrepreneurs have started an institute. बिहार का जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो बोल रहे थे, जो काम था, वो भी हमारा ये है। एंड मोदी पालन में बोलना चाहता हूँ, हमारा एक एंटरप्रेन्योर गुजरात के हैं। जब एक्चुअली आई वाज हेडिंग द टीम ऑफ एक्सीलेंस इन पर्माकल्चर दोस डेज, तो एक फार्मर गुजरात का, ही वाज डूइंग फार्मिंग and along with farms, some natural pearl also got created. Natural pearl also, he got 2 pearl, which was one was 12 carat, another was 16 carat also. It was naturally grown, and he took to Dubai. They assessed about 40 lakh or something, one pearl. But I do not know what happened, how much he sold. I do not know. He kept it secret. Later on, I tried to know कितने पैसे में भेजे, लेकिन बोले नहीं। लेकिन इतना इजी नहीं है। Let me tell you, इतना इजी नहीं है, क्योंकि 100 फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक दिन में एक आदमी 50 इम्प्लांटेशन कर सकता है। 50 से 100 से ज़्यादा इम्प्लांट नहीं कर सकता। तो एक एकड़ में फॉर एग्जाम्पल 20,000 आपको रखना है, तो 200 मैंडेट्स चाहिए। 200 मैंडेट्स नहीं, आप अकेला डेली करते रहेंगे तो होगा नहीं। 10 आदमी आप ट्रेनिंग करेंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1000 इम्प्लांटेशन किए, 1000 से आपको 500 मर जाएगा, इधर उधर हो जाएगा। और जो 500 रहा, 500 से 300 खराब क्वालिटी का फल होगा और 100 मीडियम क्वालिटी का होगा। मैं भी 50 बेस्ट क्वालिटी का, वही 50 से आपको पैसा कमाना है। एंड ये मछली नहीं है कि कहीं बेच देंगे, बेच दे सकते हैं आप। यहीं अब कुछ एग्जीबिशन करके भेजेंगे तो 2000 रुपया होगा। सेम फल को आप ताज को ले जाएंगे, कोई सेरेनाई को ले जाएंगे मॉडल करके, तो सेम फल को आप 50,000 में बेच सकते हैं। So it is important how do you sell your product. Quality assurance and selling is most important. आज के दिन में भी वही मेजर इशू है। लोग प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज बल्क नहीं है। मैं 100 बना रहा हूँ, 200 बेचना मुश्किल होता है। We go for high quantity production. Probably tomorrow is very bright. जो बोल रहे हैं डिजाइन पर आज के दिन में very important. But marketing, how do you take to the marketing more important? Issues तो है, but future is there. All the best possibly. और कुछ anything? No. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much, Madam Rina, for the opportunity you gave. I know what time I took.
It is useful.
If anyway opportunity is there, you can connect later on.
See, we could have seen all these things, and you are giving us exposure to us.
No, I thought I just giving a broad overview so that you know. But each of the things also I can speak at a lecture that may not help. because इतना टाइम तो नहीं, कौन सा इम्पोर्टेंट है कौन सा इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है मुझे पता नहीं। तो बिकॉज वी हैव अ डाइवर्स ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल, डाइवर्स इंटरेस्ट, मछली खाने वाले भी कम हैं, तो इंटरेस्ट कम है, इसलिए ऑर्नामेंटल के ऊपर फल के ऊपर थोड़ा ज़्यादा अटेंशन था। खाने वाले मछली के कम और प्रैक्टिकल में कुछ ये भी बना सकते हैं, मतलब फिश करी भी बना के खिला सकते हैं। अच्छा,
अभी प्रोडक्शन है, नेक्स्ट में प्रोसेसिंग है।
प्रोसेसिंग।
Thank you, sir, for your comprehensive and insightful keynote speech. I now request Professor Ramkrishnan Negi to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very good afternoon to all. I think this is the most important event ending because vote of thanks mean everybody is relaxed, everybody waits for this special section. So thank you very much to our department for giving me this opportunity to present a vote of thanks on the behalf of Department of Zoology and the faculty, members and teachers, students and the non-teaching staff. I extend thanks to all the participants for present in this August gathering. First of all, I would like to extend my vote of thanks to today's chief guest, Professor Payal Mango, for choosing our department for this 1 week faculty development program on aquaculture. And I would also like to thank today vote of keynote address, Dr. Jaina, Deputy Director, ICR, Delhi. And I congratulate Professor Rina Chakravarti for choosing such a wonderful and eminent scientist for the theme which we have proposed for this FDP. As he shown, the aquaculture has a reservoir. So there are the ample skill hidden in the old reservoir of the aquaculture. You can start any skill development which government of India desire to do. So you can take up any, because there are the he said millions and millions of opportunities are there hidden in the fishes. 33,000 of fish species. Every fish species has a skill. So you have to explore that skill is with you. How much you explore this type of activity you learn from this 1 week program. And I would like to thank all the participants coming from the different colleges, very diverse nature, just like fisheries. I think you will learn something and nurture your student and enhance your knowledge and improve your near future endeavors. And I would also like to thank the key element, pillar of Professor Rina Chakravarti's students, the research scholars who have made this event successful. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. I request you all to kindly stand up for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे